up? What's up? What's up? How's everybody doing here today? Yep, we are live in Technicolor, if you will, and I hope everyone is excited about basically talking about some off-season stuff with the Atlanta Falcons. We are the Beard Gang, and we're going to review everything when we are picking back up after Mr. T. Will shanghaied the morning with his epic interview with Bigelow Country. And want to say big shout out to Bigelow. Oh, we got
Shout
a
out to
superstar
Bigelow.
already showing up. His name
Birdo!
is Birdo. Good morning, fellas. How y'all doing? What's up, Birdo? Hope
Birdo!
Yeah. You know, and like I said, Birdo, if you would like, just give me a holler. I mean, we would love to have you on here.
Oh man, that's royalty right there.
Yeah, that's the man that got me and Ladarius together. So I'm telling you, this man's actually pretty cool. So
Yeah. Well, you make it seem like we're two different countries are heading
Well,
against each
no,
other.
it was like one of those we never got to meet, and then it's like we met because we were invited. I was invited to the thing, and I was like, man, it was fun.
Hey, Lisa. Good morning,
Hey,
Lisa.
Bigelow, the tribal.
So,
yeah.
what's up, Lisa?
Bigelow, what up, Lisa? Lisa Shepherd.
Bigelow, the tribal chief. You know what? I think we could say that. I think we could say that about Bigelow. I don't have a problem with that.
Amen.
He's in the office, brothers. That means he's doing.
He's in the office.
Grown-up work today.
So
he's like,
he can't be loud.
I gotta make it look like I'm.
Can't be loud.
Sophisticated. We got the Falcon Commander here saying good morning.
Falcon Commander, how you doing, brother?
Go ATL Falcons, rise up, 30 birds.
30 birds.
Man, I feel honored to have that guy here. I mean, that's pretty awesome. Oh man, so I was trying to share stuff before we got on live, so I apologize for my little multitasking issues here today. All right, so we are here. We're live. Carrie's not with us today. She has some stuff to do work-wise, so we hope everything goes well there. And we just piggybacked from a interview with Bigelow Country that Terry decided to do, where he politely threw us under the bus. So Mr. Terry Cousins, T. Will Cousins, you kind of caught yourself there, saying that we had hate in our heart when, we're just a family, but now, as a family, we kind of need to bring this up. Connect good people is what it's all about. Yeah, we're going to connect. All right. You saying that Ladarius has nothing but hate for you.
It's going to be the trial of T. Will now? Is that what this is? This is the trial of T. Will?
You're the one that was like, yeah, Ladarius is the worst. I'm like, God, man.
Yeah,
I have a scarlet H on my chest for hate. I have a scarlet H on my chest.
Yeah. Hester T. Will print. Yeah, that's you. Ben.
Wow. You know what, Ladarius? Looking at you right now as you're hyper focused this morning, you look like you could play the new school $6 billion man. You know what I mean? Like I could see it. Ladarius Brown, a man.
Yeah, well, BT Plus probably. Yeah,
We'll rebuild him. We'll make him stronger, faster. We'll give him AI in his feet.
Give him AI
in his feet.
Please tell me this is just the pilot. This is not going to actually air.
It's getting canceled.
I got to rewrite. I got to rewrite. First of all, if we can rewrite him a smaller part, I wouldn't be upset about that.
Yeah.
How far? Like
got the medal to say he could be in that category. I guess it would be me because I've got the cage and the stuff, the hardware in my back. But I mean, come on now.
Okay.
I still give it to Ladarius because he is
$6 billion man, a man.
Oh wait, now I'm getting replaced. Oh boy.
C-Dub replaced you.
Role, so I was
C-Dub replaced you, right? So now you're Oscar, Ladarius. You're Oscar, and C-Dub is the $6 billion man. C-Dub.
Yeah. Boy, what a month to be replaced. You know what?
A man. An astronaut. We'll rebuild him. We'll make him.
So basically, it went from BET Plus to Paramount. I think that's just what happened.
Paramount Plus. Yeah, it did. You know, it's the entertainment industry. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Listen, I'll be hosting a new game show on BET Plus because there's no way I'm getting rebooted out of my role. Man.
Only Ladarius would cling to a role he didn't want, right? Only Ladarius would do that. Is the most Ladarius shit ever, right? Ladarius himself was like, I want a smaller role. Then when you give it, it's like, no, I'm just gonna go to BET because I'm not gonna be replaced.
Then why are you knocking?
You wanted to be replaced.
So you're knocking BET, boy. That's you in that lawsuit, pal.
I am not. Do not. Hey, Ladarius is also the king of spin. You ever notice that? How he will recoil and come back and throw some shit at you that you didn't say. He's the king of that.
Listen, hey, let's put your head in the box with that ego of yours, and then we can have a conversation. All right, Jesus.
Oh wow,
this guy's a lot of cojones talking about.
Oh wow,
talking about. Oh, you
cojones.
Role, they want a big role. Yeah,
cojones.
yeah. I speak. I'm multi. Yeah, I'm multi. Yeah, yeah. I can speak multiple languages.
Look, I'm trying to give you the lead role, right? I started by giving you the lead role, and you were like, "I don't want it."
And then you just let C Double come and take it. You didn't even try to fight him in the meeting.
Oh my God! Do you hear yourself? Do you hear yourself?
Yeah.
Make up your mind, Ladarius.
No,
Jeez.
but no.
Make
listen,
up your mind.
Listen, you gave me the role, and all of a sudden I show up 5 minutes late to the meeting, and all of a sudden I got replaced.
No.
I got replaced.
Just
because I stopped.
This bullshit again. That's not what happened.
Just because I stopped for some breakfast.
You called your agent and was like, "I don't want that role because I'm doing a movie and I can't commit that much time."
Listen, I'm a TV guy. First of all, if you knew me, I'm a TV guy. I'm not a movie guy. Too many long on the set. Like takes like 6 years to make a movie. TV's fine.
Oh wow!
Like I was willing to do the TV show. And then I'm like, great, I'll be there. And then, I got hungry. And then there was a line wrapped around. So I'm like, I was a little late.
Bojangles is a good place to eat at. I mean,
right. You see, Lisa, put Lisa's comment up. See, Lisa understands exactly what I'm saying. Right.
Lisa, why are you encouraging him? Stop it.
I mean, I feel that way too.
Lisa was first of all, Lisa was already uber talented to me. Now, listen, you should have pulled this in March, but no, y'all want to pull this? No, Lisa gets it. Listen, if you're gonna replace me, you do it in March. Okay, don't do it now.
God. This guy. Oh man!
Oh wow!
5 minutes late. Oh, by the way, C Double was taking your role.
All right. Now, Ron, I don't know if you got to watch that wonderful interview with Bigelow Country and T. Will.
I seen it.
Yeah, you heard about that little comment about us having hate in our heart.
Look, hey,
I got hate for that man.
The man calls it like he sees it. He calls it like he sees it. Okay, all right.
What are you, umpire?
I'm going to make this very clear. So, Ladarius, you got to hear this too. So, here's the thing.
I don't want to hear nothing that man has to say. This man took my job.
I did not take your job. C-Dub took your job.
You let him take the job. You let him do it.
This guy. Oh, my God.
During this month, you chose to make that move.
Oh, Black History Month.
You could have waited till March 1st. Not upset. Not February 20th. You dropped the ball, pal.
This guy right here.
You basically pulled a Russell Wilson.
I don't know what to do with him, man.
You threw the ball when you should have ran it, pal.
Oh my God. You're right. You're right. I threw in the coverage. You're right. I did it. It's me.
You did. Yeah, you did.
Terry, I love me some Kirk Cousins. Well, he did the unfallible. Because see, Bigelow was talking about me and Ron needing to get surgery and stuff because we got hate in our heart.
Yeah.
And then Terry jumped in and pulled Kirk Cousins by saying, "Oh yeah, but Ladarius got all that hate in his heart."
Let me tell you something. Go ahead. Of all of you guys, Ladarius gives me the most shit. Okay. Anybody who watches this show,
I don't think that was in the context.
And they know it.
In the context, no. I have hate toward you. Yes.
Exactly. That's the point. That's the point.
Your point was that you were trying to tie me to something you made it. You went out of your way. I was walking on the sidewalk and you drove off the road to try to run me off the sidewalk. That's what you did. That's what you did. I'm trying to go on my way, and here comes Terry in his Cadillac just running me off the road.
So Ron, welcome to the show. We got Mr. Ronnie
Thomas.
How's it going, Ron?
It's going all right, but that BS that I heard this morning, you know you fucked up. You know you fucked up.
Wow.
Besides your hairline being gone,
Wow.
you know you fucked up.
Hey man, I don't have a hairline. Okay.
I know.
Whatever. Okay. Whatever. Okay. I don't have a hairline.
You know you fucked up.
So there you go. Whatever.
All
There
right,
you go.
Well, look, nothing like starting off a show where we have not intense animosity with shots fired. But hey, it's all good. That's what we do. Since we're full of hate, Terry. Anyway,
Yeah.
and I would play your music, but I'll just say this, ladies and gentlemen, that's T. Will in the lower corner.
I'm firing guns. Why do you give me that bing, bing, bing bullshit? You should have given me because you see me firing a gun.
No.
Yeah.
Hold on. I got hate in my heart. I just got to go.
Oh, he's going to double down on it. Wow. Okay. All right.
I mean, I can go with the crows.
I see how it is. I see how it is. I see how it is. I understand. I understand. You know what? You know what this reminds me of? Did you guys ever hear the song by Eminem and D12?
No.
My band. You know what I mean?
No.
I feel like Eminem where I'm like, I'm the lead singer of the group, dude. And these guys are all hating on me, dude. Okay. And I'm just trying to be the lead singer. Okay.
No.
Okay. That's how I feel this morning.
No.
Okay. All right.
No.
God damn it. This morning, I am David Ruffin.
Listen here, Flash and the Four Horsemen. You take that. Ooh, bop your ass. No.
Oh my God, we made Ladarius curse. Wow.
Because you went off the road to hit me, so I take it personally. See, I come at you head on.
I've never heard Ladarius curse.
Yeah, well, because you know what? Because you know why? Because you made me step out of my. Because you have the nerve to sit up here, and they said, "Oh, Ladarius too," just like a little jab. No, pal, you went off the road to come and hit me. I'm coming at you. You're gonna see who it is. It's gonna be that guy in the hoodie with that bat, and it's coming for you. He's coming for you.
I'm gonna get shit from Ladarius for the next 5 episodes.
Yeah, you are.
5 episodes. No.
Not gonna stop.
Try 15.
Oh wow.
Ron gets it.
Oh, wow. Hey, stop stirring it up, Ron. Okay.
No, I will because
nobody likes a pot stir. Nobody likes that, Ron.
You took that shot at me and see Duck this morning, so it on and popping now.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
So you guys can't take a little.
I'm ready for you.
And you ran off the road and hit me for no reason.
He was trying to make that getaway and he clicked.
Oh, wow.
On my day off, I'm just walking, eating me a sandwich, drinking me some Dr. Pepper. Here comes you. That was you.
Oh wow.
Took that shot at me and said W this morning.
Oh,
you should be ashamed of yourself, but you have no shame.
That's what should happen to Kirk Cousins, by the way. It's like he needs to get in the circle.
Listen, look at him. He came and stand. His ego, he's trying to balance his shoulders can't take it. His shoulders can't take it.
I can't help it that my mom gave me this big head, okay?
Listen.
This is a family show.
That's your ego, pal. That's your ego.
I see what you did there, Ronnie Thomas. Pause.
This is a family show.
Pause.
All right. So, breaking news, just so y'all, I don't know if y'all just saw this, but you know what? Terry, you need to be careful because when you do stuff to people, stuff does come back. So, Carson Beck, the new Miami Hurricanes quarterback, well, in South Florida, his cars, and I say cars, was stolen. Let's see here. I'm making sure I pulled this up. The cars were stolen in South Florida overnight, and a senior law enforcement officer tells the person that also the girlfriend's SUV was stolen but was found. Big whoop. Cops are currently looking for Beck's Mercedes and Lamborghini.
Damn.
You're not in Athens anymore, boy.
Damn. That sounds like an inside job.
I mean,
that sounds like that 305.
Yeah, exactly.
Now we got that fire.
Man.
Take it to the
All right.
house.
So, folks,
They didn't take it to the house. They
let's
took
do
it away
intro.
from the house.
So we got, you already heard from Mr. Ron Thomas in the house. We've got Mr. Kirk Cousins' best friend, T. Will.
That is a bullshit introduction, man. Okay? I'm
Hey,
doing
You will sit there and you will shut up.
You deserve it.
Executive producer has spoken.
bullshit introduction. Okay?
You will sit there, go make some records because you're getting on my
Candace says, you guys sound like you're causing some trouble. Candace, we were innocent. We were watching the Terry interview with Big Low, and then Terry Cousins over here decides to, throw some jabs at me and Ron, and then goes and takes try to do an RKO out of nowhere on poor Ladarius. So we're just wanting to, come, as a family, come together and keep everyone accountable.
Yeah, family, man. Whatever.
Oh,
Family, my ass. A bullshit.
now. Okay.
How did
Of
you-
all the shots you guys have taken at me since we've been on this show, and this morning you guys are all up in your feelings.
But guess what? Guess what?
Hold on, listen.
We did it.
Comment of the show. Y'all
We did it
up.
to your face. We didn't do it on the other show, T-Will.
It was in your face. You were in the chat watching.
Hey, we were not on the show.
Listen,
You were in the
Lisa,
chat watching.
listen, we getting it back. Shout out to Lisa.
Yep.
She was all listen. I already gave her high
Right,
praise.
Lisa.
Very talented. She understands it,
Oh wow.
and you just
Love the
going
energy.
off the
Yeah,
road to
Candace
hit
got
me.
to hang with us, and we're having fun today.
Wow. This guy. This
Oh,
guy.
this guy. Oh, shut up.
This guy. I'm doing this
Shut up.
show under protest. I'm
That's
doing
fine.
this show under
Listen,
protest.
hey,
what a lot of
hey,
people
hey,
will say
hey,
the
you
same,
want under
but all right.
protest? Listen. Can we replace him? Because this man here.
Yeah.
You know what?
I've been
I'm gonna go
trying
to league
to.
office on you guys.
I've been trying to
league
get
office.
2 draft picks.
Listen,
I'm gonna
you-
get
Terry
I'm
for
gonna
the
get
last.
pages on every
5
one of
weeks.
you.
Listen,
I am
Nathan.
trying to introduce the executive producer of this thing. All right, so please let's have some decorum and some respect. Thank you.
Yeah,
y'all.
somebody on this panel to know what decorum is.
So, ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, Mr. Laddie Daddy himself.
Boy,
I mean, Ron did just
T
slow
was a
down.
little delayed there. Listen, you still gonna get it the next 10 shows. So don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You made it a point. Oh, and like you could have just left my name out of it. It's like you went to the store. Oh, I forgot something. That's what you did. You went back and brought me back into the situation when you clearly didn't have to. You could have been the
Not
bigger
only that,
man.
but here's the funny part about that. We actually would have probably just been okay just going on Terry, me, and Ron.
What?
Like, yeah, you man. You had to
And,
swerve.
and I said such nice things about this man on One Time for the Fan. Now I got egg and everything over my face. You know what?
Guy,
Never again. Lesson learned.
this guy.
You sometimes I was raised you can't be nice to everybody.
This guy.
That's the exception. That's
This
the
guy
exception.
You
right
made
here,
Ladarius
man.
cuss. That's
This guy.
impressive.
You made me step out of my religion.
This guy. I
And
did. I
this
got you this
and
morning. I did.
you replaced me on a show.
I did not replace you. Replaced yourself, and then
No.
you blame me.
No,
right?
No. You said, oh, you gave me this role, and then you did C-Dub. You said, oh no, wait a minute, C-Dub, this
Don't
Ladarius
skip
role.
over
You
what
didn't
did
do
you
anything.
say, Ladarius? You
What?
said I don't want that role. I want a smaller one. And then when
You
C
actually
Dub
believe what I said? That's your fault. That's your fault.
now,
That's
oh
that's
my
your
God.
fault.
Can
That's
we-
your
can
fault.
Can we move on with the show, please, C Dub? Because he's getting ridiculous.
You know what?
now.
Can we move on?
He's
to
getting
T-Will?
ridiculous. Now I can't hold him accountable for what he says. Oh
no,
my God.
Oh, like,
Oh
yeah.
my God. This
You're
guy.
Mr. Accountability, man.
This
This
guy.
office is screwed.
This
You're
guy
your
right
accountability office.
All right,
Oh,
all
my
right. Thank you,
This
people.
guy.
Thank you.
Get this guy out of here.
We're gonna
This
move.
guy.
We're gonna go.
Yeah,
we're gonna
this guy.
go.
Go make a hit record. Go win a
scheduled
Grammy.
to talk about, but quite honestly, I feel like we were just this is USA versus Canada on Saturday night, where we just dropped the puck and decided to throw gloves.
Let's get some fight in. Yeah.
Yeah, and by the way, it's a lot more entertaining than what we watched called the All-Star game. Ugh.
Oh, yeah, that was hard to watch.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
didn't
by
even
the way,
watch it.
NFL,
I didn't even
have a
watch it.
suggestion.
I didn't
Don't
watch.
call it the
T-Will
Pro
do a
Bowl.
show.
Just call it NFL Field
That's
Day.
cold.
Everyone can bring their sack lunches. They can, and let them eat in the middle. I mean, y'all playing the games anyway. You might as well go that route. So NFL Field Day should be the next name of that thing. And
or be
for
like
the
T-Will
NBA
and just run people off the road while they're eating a snack. Yeah.
Wow.
God.
Yeah.
Show.
I mean, but then the
entire-
NBA just
You
needs
did
to
this
learn.
to yourself.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't
So-
know what's the TV the All-Star game.
It's T-Will and it's not even close. Not
Oh,
even
what's
close.
that TV? I didn't see you there.
Oh, I saw him there. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Man.
You know what? It's lonely at the top, boys.
Hey,
I
hey,
understand.
Flash.
You know
Hey,
what? Take
Flash.
your shots.
Hey,
I
Flash.
understand.
Hey, Flash. Ooh, bop. That's my.
It's lonely at the top, boys. I get
Yeah.
it's okay.
Yeah,
It's
because
okay.
nobody wants to be around you. That's why it's lonely. Nobody
I
likes you.
understand. All right.
You're
Or another way of looking at it, it's rare air, buddy. It's
No,
rare air.
I like my way.
Oh yeah.
Rare air.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Oh
Oh,
yeah.
it's rare someone wants to be around you longer for 15 minutes. Yeah, I understand that.
No.
No, yeah. Bop. Yeah, go get a Grammy. Go make some music. You know what?
We're
Go
not
make
gonna
some
do
music. Hey, yeah, go make some music. This
Yeah.
guy's cool. He has the nerve
All
to throw
right.
me under the bus, and this man's going to try to talk to me about
This-
accountability. Man,
this
get that out.
This guy. This man's going to talk to me about what I said because he took me at my word, and he's going to actually take me at my word.
First of all, you're going to do an impression of me like that during this month? Man, you are just betting 1,000. You know what? C-Dub, let's carry on with the show because this guy here, I ain't going to make it to my segment because this man here.
Well, I mean, you do get a rant, so I can't wait to hear that.
No, I actually see. Look, I actually prepared my rant. I prepared what I was going to talk about. I was going to talk about the quarterbacks.
I love it.
But listen, I may have to rip this up and go in another direction. We'll see.
Oh man,
you may have
We'll
to have
see.
2 rants. All right, I might have to give you a double one. All right,
wow.
folks. So let's talk about it. We got the news on the salary cap, and so I kind of devised these debates a little bit differently because I wanted to kind of get what everyone thought. So let's just go into it. So guys, who's your top 5 candidates to either get cut or restructured? Because we got some, money to play with. But if we're going to try to make any kind of big moves, you're going to have to restructure some deals. You're going to have to, maybe cut some guys. So who are your top 5 guys on the team that you are looking at that will be cut and restructured? Now, here's the caveat. I am saying Kirk Cousins is out. Don't even put him in the picture because, you cut him. We already know the money deal and everything. So we kind of already figure that. So let's just kind of keep it away from Kirk, but let's go with that. So we'll go with Mr. T. Cousins. I mean, Mr. Happiness there.
this guy. Wow.
T. Will.
Wow.
Boo.
Wow.
Boo.
Quoth the Raven. Quoth the Raven.
Quote the
Okay.
Terry. Nobody cares.
Oh,
There we
wow.
go.
Wow. Quoth the haters. Okay. Well, look it. I mean, we talked about it earlier on my show. I mean, your top 5 guys would have to be cut on Yamada,
Okay.
extend Grady, restructure Lindstrom, restructure AJ, and extend McGarry. And there you go. That's 5. Bob's your uncle. Bam. There you go.
All right. So that's
That's
Terry
it.
guys that he would take care of or
Yeah.
get rid of and all that. All right. So Ron, let's see. Or did Ron have to go get his food? Because his sister was getting Bojangles. All right. Ladarius, if you don't mind, let's go ahead and go to Ladarius here. So give me your top 5 guys that you either will cut or restructure or extend. I didn't even think about saying extend. My bad.
I'm not going to say I agree with T. Will because he understands how I feel about him, and so.
Oh wow, this guy.
Yeah, this guy. Yeah, I have a name. You hit me up anyway. I would actually more focus on the restructuring aspect of it because specifically Chris Lindstrom and AJ cutting, and like I say, and this I don't want to, because I saw the rundown for the show, so I don't want to put the cart before the horse here. But there might be trades to be made. I'm not talking about Kirk Cousins either, because it's a situation where, like, look, I think, like I said, focus on the restructuring aspect because cutting on Yamada makes sense. Restructuring a guy like Lindstrom makes sense, and AJ Terrell, because they're kind of the cornerstones of your offensive line and of your defense, respectively. It just boils down to can we find trade value and potentially move some pieces and save money in that regard. And the thing is, by keeping McGarity, that's one less thing you have to worry about going toward the draft, because outside of defense, offensive line specifically, potentially finding McGarry replacement, that you solve the problem because McGarry wasn't terrible. So if you can re-up him depending on what his market value is and come to an agreement there, I just think we focus on restructuring and more so trading that's there and just extend a guy like McGarry. That makes a whole lot of sense. So like I said, that's one list in a defensive heavy draft. Let's get some defensive value. That's the focus, in my opinion.
Okay. All right, Ron, you're back. So now let's get your opinion on this topic. So not Kirk Cousins, all right? But because it's almost like we already know we'll either cut him, we'll whatever. But on your point of view, 5 guys on this roster, either you cut, restructure, or extend. Who's your top 5?
I would redo Jesse Bates' contract. See, can we get some money for him? I would cut. I will redo Grady contract.
Okay.
See, can we get a little bit of money for him? AJ Terrell, I will redo his contract. See, can we get some money for him? McGarry, and who else? Did I say AJ Terrell?
Yeah.
What the other offensive linemen that been here forever?
Chris Lindstrom?
Yeah.
Okay.
I will redo his contract.
Okay.
And get some money for him. There you go.
All right. Gotcha. All right, guys. Well, so now with free agency, we always have the following. Give me a minute here. Is what are your team needs priorities? All right. Name 3 positions, basically. All right. So you're going to go. I'm going to tell you. Look, where should be our first top 3 focuses on in finding a team, or basically the top 3 focuses on not defense, but just for the team in general, position wise. We'll start with Mr. Terry.
Top 3 focuses gotta be your defensive line. Well, are we saying draft or what are we? Because obviously you got to sign your center.
In total, I'm saying, we're just saying, in free agency and also draft. So when you look at this team, what are the top 3 needs you think has to be addressed?
If it's top 3, you have to re-sign your center. Okay. That is paramount. That is imperative. That is critical. You have to re-sign Drew Dalman. That's number 1. Number 2, you need some edge rushers. Got to be able to get pressure. Got to be able to get there with at least 5 dudes. Maybe you're not the Eagles and you get there with 4, but you got to be able to get there with 5. And you got to have a linebacker that can run and cover. And first and foremost, stay on the field. Hey, man, you cannot make the club from the tub. Okay? So, yeah, we need a center. We need an edge rusher. We need a linebacker. There you go.
All right, Ron. What are your top 3 that you feel has to get filled to make sure this team can succeed?
pass rushers, corners, and safeties. We got to get that. And why I say safety, because we don't know if Justin Simmons coming back. Now, if it were up to me, I would sign him to a 1-year deal, a proven deal. Maybe $5 million, proven. If you ready to go to the next level. We got a new defensive coordinator. Maybe he would do better. Maybe he just was the defensive coordinator we had last year, Jimmy Lake. He ain't know if he would come in or join, but that's another topic for another day. We got to get corner. We got to get some younger corners. Yes, we had some. I would sign them to maybe a 2-year deal. Maybe 3 corners, but I would draft another corner too to develop under them.
Okay.
And we got to get to the quarterback. What I mean by that, pass rushers on the edge. We've seen it with Philly. We've seen it with all these teams, Pittsburgh, Minnesota, the Rams, the 49ers 2 years ago. If you don't got no edge, you will not be good on defense. You will not be good on defense. You got to get the edge. That's all I got for you.
All right. So, Ladarius, what say you, bro?
Once again, I'm not going to agree with the other guy for obvious reasons. I think I'm looking at edge. Obviously, I think there's a lot of depth there. Like there's a lot of. I think the focal point should be defense, given how deep it is. As I mentioned on the show, and other great Falcon content creators have mentioned as well. I look at linebacker, maybe somebody to kind of complement there. Okay, I'm looking there at the linebacker position, and ideally, I wouldn't mind another corner. Safety should. It depends on how the offseason shapes out. With Justin Simmons and things of that nature. But I think corner kind of feels pivotal to me, and so those are my 3. And I think this is the right if you're gonna go defense in a draft, this is the draft to do it because you can fill a lot of needs and check a lot of boxes. So basically, edge, linebacker, and corner for me.
Okay. So I think mine would definitely be. I'm actually looking at linebacker as number 1. I thought that was a big weakness for me, for the team. I think safety and corner is like hand in hand, but I'm also looking at offensive line depth. If you don't end up getting, if you don't re-sign Lindstrom or not Lindstrom, but Dahlman, and I hope you do. But if you don't, you better have a good plan B. So that's kind of, and I don't think Newsel is a good plan B. And let's see, I got Maggie Thornton here, and I'm looking forward to the combine. Lots of good defensive prospects. I think that's Wednesday. I'm not sure, but I'm guessing. I'm looking at linebacker and DT from King Richie. Yeah. But yeah, those are my guys so far I'm looking at. So, and I know Bosa got released. We'll talk about that in a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But let's ask this question, guys, because so if Kurt gets gone, that means there's going to be a vacancy at the backup quarterback position.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to ask, who is your ideal backup quarterback? If you're going to sign a backup quarterback, who's the guy you want to sign to kind of help out or, mentor or kind of give an idea to Penix if, when times are tough? And also, God forbid, but if we need to use them in a pinch. So who's the guy you think would work? Let's get your ideas here. Let's start with T. Will.
Well, this was not popular with my brother, but whatever. We don't have to agree on everything. I really want Justin Fields just because I feel like Justin would add a different dynamic on a 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2, 4th and 2. With the weapons that we have, it'd be almost unstoppable, right? So I really like that. I'm at the point to where I don't see Justin as a starter. I don't know how the rest of the league feels, but ideally, that would be my perfect backup quarterback. I mean, it's 3rd and 2, right? You bring Justin in there. You got Bijan in the backfield. Maybe you have Tyler. Maybe you have Kyle, but you have so many options that you can run from that. You know what I mean? And you have to respect his speed. You have to respect the fact that this dude can scatter, and it would just give fits and problems, and it would be just a different dynamic to our offense. So those are my thoughts.
Okay. What say you, Ron?
I forgot the quarterback name, but he played for the Colts last year or the year before. He was a starter, but they made him into a backup.
Anthony Richardson?
No.
Okay.
Gardner Minshew?
The black quarterback who they had 2 years ago.
You're talking about Jacoby Brissett?
Yeah, I would love to have him here. He's seen every defense. He know what every team going to do, what their weakness. And he did help out Michael Penix. That we need that. He'll be like, you know what? They love the blitz. Okay, how about throw the slant right here? You see what I'm saying? That he's seen so much in his football career. So I would love to have him here.
Okay. That's not a bad name, actually. What say you, Ladarius?
It's a name. Well, I want to address that guy. I'm not going to say his name. I want to address what that guy said.
Okay.
Regarding Justin Fields, I do. I'll talk about later in my segment, but I do feel that there's a starting quarterback market for Justin Fields. But one name that kind of sticks out to me is a guy. I'm looking at a guy like potentially like Trey Lance. Actually, I don't think Trey Lance is terrible. Like, you started from when he was at San Francisco and then you move up to, going to Dallas. I think he's still young. There's some similarities because for your backup quarterback, you want them to be kind of similar to your starting quarterback to a certain degree. And I think giving Trey Lance the way that he played, for Dallas last season, a couple of games that we saw, I wouldn't mind him coming here. And if we want to go like the veteran quarterback route, I do like Jacoby Brissett as an option, given his work, not just given his work, what he did for New England for a couple of games, and for what he did, for the Colts for a while. He's I think that works as well. And potentially, I know it's like the biggest long shot, but I look at a guy like maybe Jimmy Garoppolo as well. If we want a guy that who proven winner, I think that's an option to kind of put on the table. So it depends on how we look at it, but those are just some names that I have.
All right. I like Jacoby Brissett. I really do, actually. I like, not only that, but he can help do the guy's taxes.
Yeah.
But I also like, Jimmy Garoppolo is interesting. That's an interesting name. I didn't think about that one. And the other guy I thought about, and it's kind of odd because I don't know if he'll, how long he'll play, but I think Joe Flacco actually would be a good guy to have. He's obviously it's like this. You're not going to have him play games.
Right.
But in a pinch, you could do it. So that wouldn't be a bad idea to look at that too.
Or the Texans got a good backup. He played for Minnesota a couple of years ago when they went to the. Huh?
Not Mills. Not David Mills, but
They went to the NFC Championship game.
Casey Keenum.
Yeah, Casey Keenum.
Okay.
I wish we'd get Casey Keenum. I mean, either one of those two, I would love to have.
Yeah.
Because they got experience. Big games, they got experience.
Cool. Okay. Let me catch up on the comments here. We had Zero Technique DT. I think that's something that Ron also brought up that earlier. Right. The linebacker. I think everyone agrees on linebacker. And people are saying draft McGary's replacement. I'm not against that. And then cornerback can be gotten in free agency. Well, I'm cool with that. And cut. He says David Onyemata as well as Koo.
Yeah.
So that's pretty interesting. And also, the scouting department needs to look more at the HBCUs,
yeah,
smaller schools. The tackle that Ryan has been pushing, but guys, just go and look at the film T from Alabama A&M. Yeah, actually, he's been available too in the draft too, so that's actually been pretty good. Been looking into mock drafts, so he's pretty interesting. And look, my thing is, if you're good, if you know what you're doing, go for it. Let them do.
Wow.
So let's see, where are we at now? Getting back to my original page here. All right. So we're going to do a little thing here for this next debate. Who would you trade and why? Kyle Pitts or Tyler Algier? We'll start with T. Will.
Well, they're both, Tyler and Kyle are both free agents 2026, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You're not going to re-sign Tyler. You probably won't re-sign Kyle, but you're not going to re-sign Tyler. Tyler's a starter in this league, and honestly, in 2026, Tyler's gone. So with that knowledge, I'm probably going to say I'm going to trade Tyler. And not only that, but he'll probably yield the biggest return, right? So I don't want to do it. I really don't want to do it. But if I'm being honest and removing my emotion for the player, I'm trading Tyler because that's going to be the biggest return. And he's probably not going to re-sign anyway, being that he could go out on the market and probably get starter money from another team and start. So, yeah, I'm trading Tyler.
Okay. What say you, Ron?
Kyle Pitts, you out here right now. I will trade you for a box of Twinkies right now.
A box of Twinkies.
You out here, you soft. Newborn babies.
Soft.
But
FT.
All joking aside, I will try my best to trade him for more than just a third round draft pick to Cincinnati. Everybody forgot he is the fourth overall pick. So yeah, I will try and get a third and a fifth if I can. So,
all right.
See, I just don't think you're gonna get that, Ron. I don't think you're gonna get that. I don't think you're gonna get a third.
I finna tell you something. It always a certain born every day.
I hear you.
What we say on Talk Your Ears. If you define that sucker, Jets, Browns, Cincinnati, Giants.
Well, also, I think there is actually a market for Kyle. I think third round pick you could get depending on the team.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just got to find that one team that, like you always said, will fall in love with somebody.
Yeah. Yeah. I get it.
He is I don't think he fit our system. What Zach Robinson like to do.
Yeah.
When you become the fourth option, then they're telling me, do they really want you here?
That's a good point. And that's fair. That's fair, right? But my issue with Kyle is, you've had 4 offensive coordinators, but you know what? To be fair, to your point, Ron, Ebiketie came on last year,
right?
And he was here for a while, so maybe Kyle just needs to change the scenery.
I mean,
that's fair. That's fair.
But I see in the comments, King Richie, I would not trade him to the Chiefs. I would not do that. No, you're not finna have fun over there.
So this is punitive then.
Yes, yeah, you finna pay.
You're punishing.
Pain. What Mr. T said in Rocky. Pain.
What if the Chiefs gave you a second round pick though?
They got to give me 2. One, I don't like the Chiefs. So the way y'all treated us, you will have to pay me. If you give me a second and a fourth, then maybe a fifth next year, we the top.
That's fair. That's fair. That is fair. That's fair. Okay.
But I'm not going to keep on letting the richer keep on getting richer. You will have to pay me.
Yeah. All right. I get it. That makes sense. That makes sense, Ron. I get it. I get it.
So Ladarius is on a call. So we're gonna give him some time, we're gonna still keep going, but I'm gonna make sure we go back because I want him to answer some of these questions. But here's my answer to this. Let me first read the comments. At best, you're gonna get a 3rd round for Kyle. Nothing more. If you do, congratulations. But realistically, you only get a 3rd. I say trade both Tyler and Pitts. So I'm tired of the lazy route running and his play on the field. It shows it.
Yes.
Showing to my eye test that he doesn't want to be here. The Chiefs said they want Kyle, and they did check into it too. The availability. Tyler can give us a 3rd. Pitts could give us a 5th. That's what Nando says. Here's the thing. Name me an additional team that can run multiple tight ends minus Baltimore, San Fran, and Casey. It ain't too many. I got you there. Kyle Pitts falls into the category of Jimmy Graham. Oh, no. Jimmy Graham was a lot better. What's up, Beard Gang? You get some.
But you got to look at it. Different teams use different tight ends different.
That's true.
Yeah, but okay. So let me answer my point on this one. I'm kind of with one of the guys here that said it too. But I'm going to also say both. Hey, chat. Hope everyone's doing well on the panel and in the chat. Hope. Yep. We're doing good there, Miss Carrie.
Miss Carrie, baby.
We got Terry Cousins over here throwing people under the bus earlier, but we rectified that. We had a family talk. No one got hurt.
Not yet.
Well, you know how it is. We're not going to hurt our own.
You know what? I feel like this is like Four Brothers, the sequel.
Ain't no sequel here.
Oh wow. This is Four Brothers.
If you die, you die.
Oh God! All right. So look.
That is dark. God dang, Ron. That is dark.
Tyler.
Jesus, what is wrong with this man? Your soul is dark. Get that hate about your heart, Ron. If he dies, he dies.
Someone's asking why Tyler, when he averages more yards and less carries than Bijan. Here's the thing. The only reason I would actually trade him is because what Terry said. You're needing picks. And not just that. you can pick up a running back.
Mhm.
And you watch how the Falcons played. They really didn't go to Tyler a whole lot.
Mhm.
And I'm one of these. I got to get something for you. And if I'm not using you, and look, I like Tyler. I wanted Tyler to be the guy. But when you got Bijan, you kind of saw where that importance went to.
Right.
So this isn't personal. This isn't like I'm trying to say get rid of your son. What I'm trying to say is we got to look at it from a realistic point. Now, tight and didn't utilize his tight ends much in LA, so and I feared Kyle won't even get many plays for. He didn't lead. He didn't get a lot of snaps either at tight end. So that's the other issue. So here's what I'm gonna say. When it comes to Kyle, it's like this. I'm trading both. Kyle because he needs a scenery. I mean, folks, when your GM basically says, "Yeah, we weren't happy with what Kyle did," that's not a ringing endorsement of saying, "Oh, he was amazing."
Right.
We needed him. Oh yeah, go ahead and pick up your food, man. It's all good. We got you. So yeah. God, everyone's on the call and now getting pizza. Ron says, "I need you to stick with me now." It's going to become a solo show. But yeah. So I definitely would trade what was it? I would definitely trade Kyle. And with Kyle, there are some teams that want him. I think the Bengals will definitely be a team that wants him.
Right.
I also think there's a team out there that, and look, you may get a surprise team that will be like, look, I know what they're offering. We got to go a little higher. You can get that. And like I said, there's your sucker right there. But yet, you got to do what's best for the organization.
The only reason I would not trade the backup running back because we don't know if Bijan to be like CMC. We don't know that.
No. I know that. No. I agree. But I'm also looking at it from a point of view of I need to get the most from my guy.
Right.
And if we're not going to use Algier,
right,
then I'm okay trading him and I'll get another running back.
Right.
I'll either draft or free agency. I mean, you go to the free agency market, it's crazy how many running backs were available.
Right.
So that's where I'm at. It's like, and I mean, look, because whatever amount you're going to use Tyler, you're not going to get the result because Tyler's one of those you got to give him the ball quite a bit to get him a good lather. They're not doing that, and they won't do it. So even though we're all like, "Hey, give the ball to Tyler," they don't do it.
Right.
And I'm just talking about what the mindset, but why you would think about it. So Darius, you're back. Pardon me. And Terry's trying to get his food, so I wanted to get to you. You gave,
I think. Oh, right.
I'll be right back.
Okay. Oh, now Ron's leaving us. Go ahead, Ron. Ron's going to be right back. So let's see. Okay.
I show back up and everybody wants to leave.
Yeah. Terry had to get his food, and then then it's like I was like, all right, Ron, don't leave me. Next thing you know, Ron's like, oh, okay, and then you come back and it's like Ron goes, oh, I got to go.
Yeah, clearly, all the hate toward me, and I don't understand it. It's okay.
Oh, there was no hate. I was just like,
oh no. I see where everybody stands on the issues, and I see Timberland getting a specially made custom pizza over there. So.
Yeah. Look at that. Sneaking that. Yeah. All right.
It's so good.
All right. So, Ladarius, if you had to choose, or you could say both, but who would you trade, Pitts or Tyler? And then just give us your explanation.
Well, I'll be quick because I don't want to take up any more time that I had for the call. To me, I argue the point of this decision is based on how you perceive the draft. Because do you perceive that there's value at running back or at tight end? Because my concern is I've been preaching this. I say if you can find a market for Kyle Pitts, you trade him. Because if you think about it, if you look at this draft, and I'm not saying Algier is replaceable. I don't, because like to Kerry's point, like he's an RB1 on at least a third of the teams in the league. It's just when I look at Kyle Pitts and look at the tight end position, look, there are teams who need tight ends. And I look at a team like Cincinnati, who essentially they franchise T. Higgins. And the one skill position where they're not super great at is tight end. No disrespect to Mike Gesicki whatsoever. I also throw out a team like I throw out the Chiefs because there's uncertainty around Travis Kelce, whether we want to believe it or not.
That's a good point.
Very good point.
That's a good point.
They've set a deadline for him to decide if he's coming back or not. So
I think it was like March. Yeah,
he didn't even look like he was in that game. Like I don't know where he was. Right,
but he looked. Yeah.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, T-Will. No, go ahead.
No, he looked like what the hell is going on? He looked like he checked out. Right.
Yeah.
The look on his face was like, I got this invitation and I didn't know I was supposed to be here. It's the Super Bowl, but I had some other shit. Like he was not there. There's no way you can tell me mentally he was there. Ooh. And I've never seen that from Travis Kelce. So Ladarius has an excellent point. I don't know. I've never seen Travis like that, right? I think he's done. That's me. I think he's done.
With your mind, when you even just thinking about the retirement, I think you checked out a long time ago.
Agreed.
When if you notice when these players think about retiring, your mind already checked out.
You know what, Ron and Ladarius, you guys have given me an idea, and I'm already sick and twisted. We can acknowledge that I'm already sick and twisted.
We've been on that from day one.
I'm gonna throw this out here, and you guys tell me what you think, okay? Because I had this thought, and when Ladarius said that, Ladarius always makes me think, so it's his fault.
I see what he's trying to do.
Do you guys think? And again, just a question. Do you guys think that Taylor Swift has brought about the end of Travis's career? In other words, because look, Taylor Swift is not a normal person. The energy, all of the security checks, the stuff that you got to go through to be with her is not like being, even for a regular celebrity, that's not like being with a regular person, right? What? So do you think that the effort that it takes to be with this woman, right? that you got to change your image, you got to do all of this other stuff. Yeah. Do you think that that's contributing to why Travis is checked out? I'm just throwing it out there.
Wow.
Because Travis looked devoid of energy.
Travis I can vibe with it. That's the sad part.
Yeah. Travis looked like he was spent, right? Travis looked like he spent all of his energy trying to get to the damn Super Bowl, trying to worry about tickets. Who's going to sit here? Who's going to what there? What about my hair? What do I got to wear? What about this image? Oh, Taylor and I have pictures at this time. Oh, we got to go to this dinner. Oh, we got to snooze with this guy. It's like you got to put all this energy into this person, and there's no oxygen in the room left for you. And that's what I get from Travis. And I'm just throwing it out there. I could be crazy as shit. I could be. Okay? I probably am. But it doesn't mean it's not true. So Ronnie Thomas, C-Dub, Ladarius, give me your thoughts.
Go ahead, Ladarius. Go ahead, Ladarius.
No, every time I have a segment and I it's time for me to speak, this man just.
I mean, to be fair, I was going to go back to you anyway because of your.
Listen. Well, you don't forget my point. Then I'll just answer this question here because I had a whole thing with the pits and what the hell with that. At this point, to me, the answer is yes and no. Here's the thing. I'll put it like this. Do I think it's like a Yoko Ono situation? No. Because I could argue the point a lot of people have for years. Listen, Yoko Ono low-key kind of broke up the Beatles.
She did. She absolutely did.
Yeah.
So
nothing low-key about it. She absolutely did.
So some people may say, "Oh, they were bound to." No, you don't sustain that amount of success and then all of a sudden, hey, let's break up. Like all four of them, like somewhat great solo careers. I could argue Paul McCartney had the better solo career, and then you could argue Lennon, then Harrison, and then Ringo. But the point is this: like Cam's point, I believe that Travis Kelce gives me the vibes of Ron Gronkowski. I think he wants to focus on the next chapter of his career. And what happens is that when you're on that track, specifically, he's accomplished everything. He's multiple times Super Bowl winner. He's a Hall of Famer. First ballot is up for discussion. I think at this point, having Taylor Swift in his life maybe has him thinking about, and I think his mind was already set. You just don't think about, how can I phrase it? Like, yeah, Taylor Swift can be a handful, but that's just who she is. She's a global superstar. So Travis Kelce understood what he was getting into. So I don't necessarily think she's the core of why he's played. But what I will say is that I think that he already had in his mind that I'd argue this: if they would have won the Super Bowl, he would have retired. I am of that mindset where if the Chiefs had won the Super Bowl, he'd have hung up the cleats. He'd have hung up the cleats if they won the Super Bowl, because I don't think Taylor Swift's the full cause. I think that Travis is the type of dude. I think he's just thinking about life after football. And can Taylor being around, like, if you look at Taylor's relationships, yeah, like, is it a lot to deal with? Sure. But if you love someone the way that I feel Travis loved Taylor, I don't think it impacted his job. I just feel like he was going to retire before, I could argue, maybe even before he met Taylor, because he's accomplished everything, and he's the type of guy that looks for the next. Like I say, he gives me Rob Gronkowski vibes, where just a sustained level of dominance at your position, and you're like, you know what? I want to see what's next, because what else is there for him to accomplish? Super Bowls. We put him in the conversation, arguably maybe top 10, maybe top 5 tight ends of all time. And that's my point, King Richie. I just think when he met Taylor Swift, I think the retirement stuff was in his head before he met Taylor. But I think getting with Taylor Swift, making him think about, hey, I have to think about what's next. And that's for any of us in life, where we've been living, doing one thing our whole lives. And at some point, we've got to slow down and can't be the person that we used to. We find the one person in our life that goes, you know what? Maybe I should, do something different. And yeah, to Cam's point, yeah, I think Taylor accelerated it, but he already had it in his head. And I think the longer he was with Taylor, he to me, I don't exactly. It's like I said, he's been looking at, like I said, life after football. Mm-hmm. I don't think the way he played, yes, was that out of character? Absolutely it was. But I could attribute that to a guy who just looked checked out. He looked absolutely. It's like we can find the moment in somebody's career where they checked out.
Yeah.
Like, I'll just say this, and I'm sorry I took up too much time, but go look at, like, as great as MJ was, you can tell when MJ checked out.
Right.
When we look at the greats, when they checked out. And I think Kelce in that Super Bowl in front of millions of people checked out.
Yeah.
And that's why the Chiefs said, hey, we need to know where your head's at.
Right.
Because if you're not going to be back, I'll just tie it back in with Kyle Pitts. We can look at a guy like Kyle Pitts, because you look at this draft, and given where the Chiefs are, like the two best tight ends in this draft is Tyler Warren and Colston Loveland.
Mm-hmm.
Now the question is, I think Cincinnati. Yeah, well, yeah, you could juxtapose that, Cam. I'm not gonna argue with you on that point. But either way, the point stands that MJ checked out. Either way,
Yeah,
MJ,
well,
MJ,
eventually, either the body or the mind or
yeah.
something.
Well,
Either way, he checked out. And I'll just say this, and I'll be done. I'm not gonna take up too much time. It's like this. I think I think Travis Kelce. Listen, he understands that. Hey, I think he understands why the Chiefs are coming from. Because listen, the Chiefs can go get if Coastal Loveland or Tyler Warren is still on the board. That's where they're going to go tight end if he retires. Like, let's be super clear. But if there's a guy like Kyle Pitts available, that makes you go like, we can get a guy that's young enough, and he's maybe not to the level of Travis Kelce, but the potential is always everything.
Right.
He could be the guy that
we could.
Yeah, he's the guy that can go and be the guy that maybe he wasn't here in Atlanta,
Right.
and go be great, and I'd be perfectly fine with that. So I'm done. I'll stop yapping and I'll pass it on to the
page. My only thing with that, and I hear you, right, and you make a lot of sense. My only thing with that is the look on his face was a look of conflict within oneself, right?
True.
It was not a guy that was like, I'm done at this point. It was, I need this shit right now, and it's not here. Right. I need this fifth gear right now, and god damn it, I can't access it. I need it, and I'm sitting up here with this fucking coiffed haircut, looking like I'm Abercrombie and Fitch, and my guys need me, and god damn it, the only thing I can think about is this podcast and what the fuck I'm wearing to dinner with Taylor. And it's like he's at conflict. Hold on. It's like he's at conflict with himself. And I bring it up because let me tell you something. The one thing you miss, not that I ever played NFL football, right? But when I did play flag football, and I'll have you know, I won championships. The one thing you miss, and I think we've all played sports here, the one thing you miss being able to talk about somebody's mom in the huddle. Right? You miss being able to talk shit to your guys in the huddle. Hey, man, go get your mom over there. She's killing me on the offensive line. She's killing us. You miss that. You miss that camaraderie. And it's like I'm looking at a guy who just does not have the ability to access that killer inside. It's just not there. And I feel like potentially he could resent Taylor because that's what I saw. In that moment, I see a man questioning himself like, what the hell am I doing here? It's the freaking Super Bowl. I'm supposed to be here for my guys, and I can't access my power pellets because I've been focusing on croissants, coffee, podcast, and Taylor for the last 9 months. And I'm going to look back on this day 10 years from now when I'm in the Hall of Fame, and I'm going to look back on it with regret. That's what I saw. Doesn't mean it's true. I could be totally wrong. I could be completely off here. But Travis looked like a disturbed human being. That's what I saw. Go ahead, Ron.
I think before he even got with Taylor, he was thinking about retiring.
He might have been. But I think she escalated that by like 2,000%. Right.
She moved it.
Right. It's like let's come in it a different way, right? I love podcasting with you guys, but let's say Kim says, don't you want to move on from podcasting? Don't you want to do other things? Don't you want to do that, right? And I kind of go along with it, but on the inside, I really want to podcast with you guys because I love doing it. Like it's one of the most fun things I've ever done. I like being able to just come on here and talk shit with you guys and talk about our Falcons. And guess what? The day of the Super Bowl or the day of the draft, if you guys are together talking about who we're going to draft and I'm looking at it, I'm going to be pissed because I'm going to be thinking, God damn it, Kim, you pulled me away too fast. It was my decision and you rushed me into something I didn't want to do. That's all I'm saying. Doesn't make it true.
But can you be like, you know what? Nah, I love this. It's okay for you to do what you do, but let me do this first. And I think he lost himself with
Yes.
all this.
I agree with that.
You know
That's the point I'm trying to make.
Right, you know how you get with somebody and you forgot who you is, and you more focused on
that right there. That's it. That's it.
And I think he lost who he is in all this Taylor Swift.
Right.
Before he got with her, he happy go lucky, this and that. Now it's like, yeah, I got she with me,
yeah.
I don't got to have this. I don't got to play football.
Right.
But if you look at it, I think he was already thinking about retirement.
And you're right. I think he was, right?
Right.
But I just think she accelerated that
She
by
made him
3,000%.
Right. She made him realize, hey, you to do something else out here. I don't want you to get beat up on the football field. Or, you know what I'm saying? She brought it to his, in my opinion.
Right.
I don't know. I just from the outside looking in.
Right.
And I think she brought it to his attention.
I
And
agree.
his brother, Kelsey, that played for Philly, was like, you know what? I don't got to play football no more. I just do podcasts all week.
Hang on one sec. Ladarius, you there?
Hey, Ladarius, you there, brother?
You there?
Hold on. I think. Let me check. He had. Yeah. Okay. He's having to deal with also some stuff dealing with the job, so he just said.
I really think Kelsey, his brother, played a big part of it too.
Yeah.
His brother, like, hey, you don't need football no more. Look what I'm doing.
Right.
Look how much views I get, how much money I still making.
Right.
So I just think both of them will play a big part of how he is.
Yeah.
What he looking at, in my opinion.
All right. Look, I was going to ask about who would you draft right now, but honestly, we went way into the Taylor verse, and I did not think about that. So look, I will just say my piece. When you're with a woman, you'll change. Okay, that's just the way it goes. And then when you want to look over and you may adjust, maybe things that you had in mind are not what they were before.
Right.
So now you have to shift. So, and, or pivot. Hey, Carrie, I did not expect you to come on in, but what's up? Welcome in.
Good morning. How you guys doing?
Good morning.
Carrie.
I know. I said I wasn't going to be able to make it, but I actually am able to make it, so surprise.
It's a surprise indeed. We went down the rabbit hole of the Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce portal.
Right. So I was behind. I was listening. The last part I heard was Ladarius speaking on. He just thinks he wants to be a family man. What happened to Ladarius? I don't see him anymore, though. I was behind.
He had to step away because he just wasn't feeling it, and he's dealing with a lot of stuff at work. So he just messaged me, telling me that. So I just removed him to make it easier for him.
Okay.
So
but I agree with him.
Yeah. Well, I mean, my thing is this. With certain guys, you're going to want, like some guys want to become dads as soon as they're married. Some guys, when they get married, they want to get married young.
Right.
And some guys are doing their thing in football and, maybe they don't want to go through that until after or whatever. Because, he's probably seen his brother with kids and stuff and he kind of feels that way. My thing is this, whatever they decide to do, that's their thing.
Right.
He is widely popular. Look, his brothers, some people will say what you want about the Kelceys. The man's a success. He's getting to do some stuff that I don't think anybody would have thought, he would do. Like hosting shows, talking, he's pretty much out there. So, maybe Kelce wants to be a part of that now. And maybe he just, like I said, the wear and tear in football is a lot. I like a comment that no one really touched on was Mahomes didn't even look like himself. It
Right.
almost looked like the team had the view of we're here again. Same old, same old. And that becomes a problem because if you're not like let's be honest, the only real great player that we remember when it came to championship was MJ. When you ain't going to get a championship by me.
Right.
You know, you're not going to win your first because over my dead body. That was Michael Jordan's, field. So when you have an opportunity to be into greatness and you're just going out there, you're not just going to roll the ball and think we got this, roll the ball.
Right.
And obviously you saw the Eagles were prepared. They were fueled by the receipts of hearing people talk about three-peats. And they wanted to put a stop to it.
Yeah,
Right.
they were the better team, but honestly, so to me, the difference between Pat and Kelsey is that Kelsey looked lost. Kelsey looked like a man that was in conflict with himself, right? So look, I've been married 32 years. And
That long, huh?
Yeah, that long. The one thing I really appreciate about my wife, is that my wife allows me to be me, right?
Wait, sorry, T-Will. It's not the one thing you appreciate. One of the
Oh
don't get in trouble now, please.
You're right.
No.
One of the many things I appreciate about my wife, Kimberlyn,
that
she allows me to be me, right? I am as competitive as they come, right? I love my mama and I miss her, but if she came back today and we play spades, I'm gonna bust her head to the white meat because that's me. I like to compete, right? And if I'm ever in a situation where I no longer I want to compete, it needs to be my decision. When I looked at Travis, what I saw on his face was conflict within one's soul. I'm here. I have this coiffed haircut. I look like this model from Abercrombie and Fitch, and I'm supposed to be a killer. I'm supposed to be a killer, and I'm out here, and I can't access this killer gene because everything in my world is nice and honey and sugar and baby and show up and take pictures, and I need to access this killer, and I can't get him, and I'm mad at myself, and I'm kind of mad at Taylor because this is bullshit. Now, that doesn't mean it's true, okay? But I saw a man at conflict, and I bring it up because I wonder if when Travis retires and he sits down to himself and he's like, self, I got 3 championships, but I should have 4. What if I didn't meet Taylor? What if I met Taylor later? What if I didn't do this? What if it's a very dangerous question, right? I'm just saying, I did not see a guy that wanted to leave. I saw a guy in conflict. It's one thing if you're starting to have the thoughts. It's another thing if you can't access that monster, right? So look, all of us on this podcast, we have 2 sides, right? I've seen it in all of you. Well, Carrie's nice all the time. Carrie's a sweetheart. But other than that, us 3, we got 2 sides, right?
Hey, speak for yourself.
Whatever, Ron. Ron, I've seen that dog in you, okay? I've seen that dog in you. I know you got it.
In Ron's defense, I'm yes, I may be nice, but after Falcons loss,
that's what I'm talking about, right? So we all have those sides. And there are times we need to access that killer inside. There's times we need to access that dark entity, or there are times we need to access that whatever that energy is that we need to make this point and get through. And Travis looked like a man who couldn't access it. And he looked frustrated.
Me personally, that game showed me Philly, they want it.
Oh, they did want it.
It's a difference between you finna beat this team, and this team just they won it that day. It like Philly got tired of the BS.
Yeah.
Not keep it 100. Philly was like, you know what? Y'all beat us the last time. We finna show y'all who we really is. Georgia Bulldogs, aka Bama quarterback, and they were like, you know what? Not today. Not today. We finna show y'all. We finna show the whole world. We better than y'all. We finna show the whole world. Y'all not even on our level.
Yeah.
And that's what they did. Because they got tired of hearing, oh, well, they beat them a couple years ago. Can they finally break through?
Yeah.
Can Philly finally beat Patrick Mahomes?
Yeah.
Even Patrick Mahomes did not look like Patrick Mahomes. Now, owner, if it was Philly defense that made him look like that, but from start to finish that game, he did not look like himself.
No, he
now,
didn't.
You
Well, he
do
didn't look
look
like
at
himself most of the season, though. Honestly,
right. You do look at from the first Super Bowl Kansas City went to and won, and you look at this Super Bowl, it a bit different. Like the first Super Bowl, I would say they knew they had it in the bag. They knew. This Super Bowl, they're like, holy shit. We finna play Philadelphia Eagles. They got all those dogs on defense. This a different team from 2 years ago.
They just didn't look like they wanted it, right? But Kelsey most of all looked at conflict. Patrick did look frustrated. Patrick was trying. Kelsey was on a different planet. I don't know
Patrick
what planet
looked like he was
on.
getting hit for
Right.
the first time.
Yeah, but he was trying though. Kelsey just looked like, I don't even know what the hell I'm doing. I don't even know why the hell I'm here. Like that's the look he had. So I don't know. Whatever. Just my thoughts. You know, doesn't make it right, but
right?
yeah, I feel like the whole Taylor train has derailed his career.
You
Or
think
I
so?
shouldn't say that.
You
I
know?
feel like it has brought his career to an expedient end. It has expedited the end of his career. He probably could have played another 2 or 3 years, but you know what they say when you're fat and happy, right? You know, he's just not hungry anymore. He doesn't want it. He doesn't want
Right.
it.
It sounds like Rocky to me.
So, I definitely agree with you, T-Will, in that point. I know it's weird though because he did interviews the week of the Super Bowl saying that, you know, he's thought about hanging up the cleats, but he loves what he does. And being in the moment, you know, leading up to the Super Bowl, it, you know, reminds him why he loves the game. And they asked him, like, where do you think you'll be, you know, in 3 years? And he said that hopefully still playing football. I still love doing this. I love coming to work every day. Still feel like I got good football left in me. We'll see what happens. So I feel like, yeah, he said he wants to play longer, but as of now, there's no extension in place with the Chiefs. He currently only has 1 year left on his deal. I think 2025 could be his last year because he does turn 36 years old this year. So he is getting up there in age.
Yeah.
And to your point, you know, his brother Jason has already retired. He's a family man. I think he has his 4th child on the way. So maybe he sees that, you know, what life could be like after football. I mean, he's doing a lot of other things with the podcast with his brother. I mean, you can't go to the grocery store without seeing him on a box of cereal.
Man,
They
that's
got all
serious,
these cool.
straight up
Yeah.
diabetes.
Yeah, you could, I
Diabetes.
mean, yeah, I mean, they have so many collaborations right now. You literally, I mean, I was in Nashville at a
CVS?
whiskey no, I was at a whiskey tasting and I don't remember if it was Jason and Travis, but it might have been both of them. I don't know. They were on a standee, like, you know, full size cutout promoting something. They have a lot of deals outside of football now and their podcast. So yeah, like to your point, maybe he's realizing, you know, I'm 36 this year, getting older. I've already won it all. What else is there left to win? You know, and I have a serious girlfriend. Maybe he's thinking about, you know, the future like that, you know, family man. Who knows?
It could be. It's just, you know what? It's just sad, man. Look, let me tell you something. I freaking love podcasting. Like I think about that shit in my sleep. I freaking love I get up every day like, let's go. Like what can I get into?
Oh, we know,
So
T.
You know what I mean?
nobody
Like,
got 195 shows.
You know
Yeah,
what I
man.
mean?
You
Right,
definitely
right.
flip
We know.
on.
You're having dreams about podcasting.
Hey, look, I look
You're
at the
like, stop
greats.
interviewing me. I'm trying to sleep.
I look at the greats, right? You know, I look at the Big Lows, the Birdos, the A1s, the Smitties. You know what I mean? And I'm like, hey, man, in about 3 or 4 years, guys, we are going to be there. T-Will Beard Gang, we're going to be there. And I just can't imagine Kim saying, hey, don't you think that's enough? Like, I would be so,
Wait,
I can't.
You don't think Taylor's telling him though that it's enough, right? Because she still has her career as well. So it's not
I
like
don't
she's
know.
retired.
It
I don't
feels that
it-
way, Carrie. Like it feels that way. It feels that way.
God.
Yeah, it
Well,
does. It feels that way.
Personally, I don't think so, but
I could be wrong. I could be
Me
wrong.
personally, I think before he even got with her, he was thinking about retiring already. My father used to tell me, actions speak louder than words.
That's true. That's true.
You're in that Super Bowl. Did he catch any football?
He did, and he looked lost.
No, he had a catch or two. I bet that.
Did he have a drop? He had like a couple of drops though. Some
Right.
big
So
drops.
it was
drops. Yeah, yeah.
right. So it was like, oh shit. Well, we be back. Ain't no. I think somebody said in the comments, he did not look like himself. His mind was checked out already. When your mind checked out on other stuff, you already checked out.
maybe to your point, Ron, he was already in Cabo with Taylor Swift. That's
Right.
what his mind was.
You in
Right.
Cabo.
Right.
You drank it, and you living your best life. Your mind checked out. You looking like a rooster already.
But dude, you're in the Super Bowl, right? Like that's like okay, let's say I get a chance to, I don't know, I get a chance to be on a podcast with Myles Garrett, Aaron Freeman, Tanisha Baptiste, right? You know what I mean? Like the who's who in ATL sports.
Mm-hmm.
And on that day, you know what I mean? I'm dangling participles, you know, I'm misspelling words. I can't recall words.
Wow.
I don't have it, right? I can't access it. You know what I mean? And it's because Kim and I had a conversation. You know what I mean? Carrie, don't you want to come away from podcasting? Don't you want to spend time in the garden? Don't you I would, you know, like I
don't think
like,
that's her personally. I'm not even a T Swift fan, but I
don't think
she's
so.
such a global superstar. You know, I don't know how to put this, but she makes her own money. She's huge. Like I feel like she's definitely a career woman, and she's not hanging it up anytime soon. So I don't think that she was kind of.
I don't think it's negative, Carrie. I just think it could be like for his health. You know, she could be looking at like, look, I want you to be around. You know what I mean? Because we don't know what these guys go through. You know what I mean? We don't know that everything that they have to. He's had a bunch of surgeries. You get what? So I can see both sides. I'm just saying, for me, the Super Bowl, that's when you want to be able to access it, right? You know what I mean? If Myles Garrett calls me tomorrow and says, "Hey, T. Will, we're going live on Fox 5. We want you." God damn it, I'm gonna be ready. You hear me? Myles, you're out there. I'm gonna be ready.
Right,
okay?
but T. Will, but to rebuttal that, like to my earlier point, you've never done that before, so obviously you're gonna try your best. You're excited. You've never done that, but Travis has already won the Super Bowl multiple times, so maybe he doesn't have the hunger there anymore.
That's a good point.
So basically, you David Ruffin.
How did we get to David Ruffin?
Oh God, come on, man!
How did we get to David Ruffin, Ron? Jeez.
You David Ruffin.
Oh my God, you're channeling Ladarius. Jesus Christ. All right,
somebody had to.
Whatever. Go ahead, C-Dub. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, hi. This is the C Double Show. We've definitely been lost for a while. For some reason, somebody decided to go to the portal of Taylor Swift, and I
T-Will.
apologize because I did not have that on my rundown. My God. Anyway, Jesus Christ. I tell you.
T-Will.
Got little BDBs want to run out and say, "Oh,
Mm-hmm.
let's talk
Only
about
T-Will.
shake it off, shake it off." All right, players gonna hate. I get it. All right, so look, here we go. If you could draft anyone right now, like this, we're about to go into the scouting combine and also lion season. Because let's put it this way: anytime when the off season starts to training camp, it's lion season.
Mm-hmm.
Don't believe anything. All right. Well, you can believe us because we're just going to tell you that it's a lie. But Terry will try to, get the
What?
pom-poms out and go, no, everything Raheem does is awesome. Nothing Raheem does is wrong. Nothing that Terry does is wrong. We are team. Yeah. That ain't happening, pal.
No.
We're going to just give you this.
I just
wow.
gonna
I
look
get
at
the
you
Crows
first.
again. Come on,
Yeah,
man.
you're getting the Crows. After what you pulled on us, yeah, you
wow.
stick with the Crow.
Yeah.
At least, you know what?
All
I like Carrie. She gets this. Bam! That's what C-Dub does. How about that?
Don't do that, T-Will.
Yeah. Stop.
Ron, you're such a hater. You're such a hater, okay?
Oh,
I mean,
wow.
You're such a hater. You know my dance moves are great. Stop
No.
it.
Some of the dance moves have been rejected for a while. That's why they haven't been done
wow.
since the 80s.
Some of them, all of them.
Whatever. Now you
That's
see
why the
the
room box has been taken away. All right.
whatever.
So before the combine, before we see anybody work out, but here's how I see it. Coming into the draft, who is someone that you would like for the Falcons to draft? I know, and if it changes, that's fine because at least we know we're seeing some stuff and everything, and we'll just go by our looks. We don't have to go by mock drafts and all that. But who's the guy that if they said, "Hey, who do you want?" Who's the guy you got your eye on the most? But let's hear it. Let's go with Ron, then Carrie, and then T-Will.
It called anybody from Georgia.
Okay. I like that.
Mikael Williams, anyone?
Yes.
Yeah, Mikael.
Talk to me.
Starks.
Talk to me. But
Ratledge. Oh, wait a minute. We get him into the other round.
right. But we seen what Georgia built different. They built different. We just seen that in the Super Bowl.
I mean, when your Super Bowl MVP is shouting out
Right.
the school,
Right.
it's time to listen.
Right. So, and I like the pass rusher for the Buckeyes. What his name? Jack.
Oh, Sawyer.
Yes. He different.
Okay.
I like those two dudes, pass rushers. Take notes, Raheem and Terry. Fun now.
Okay. Anyone else?
Did Carrie go already?
No, I was just wanting to make sure Ron finished because I didn't want to
I'm sorry.
cut him off. So you good, Ron?
Yeah.
Okay, just wanted to make sure. All right, Carrie.
Can you hear me?
Okay,
Yeah,
I can hear you now.
Sorry, I didn't realize I was muted. Okay. Yeah, like Ron's point. I think we have to pay attention to Georgia players. It's crazy if you look back on Terry's drafts, we actually have drafted Georgia players, but it almost feels as if it's more so like here you go, like shut up, because he'll grab somebody in like the 7th round or something. He's not picking at the top of the, draft of Georgia top players. So I'm hoping this time around, we look at Mikael Williams, Mike Green. Honestly, I just want a pass rusher like I did last draft.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm so happy we got Michael Penix Jr., okay? I am. But at the time, I thought that we have to get a pass rusher. which we found out after Terry did try to move up in the draft in the second round to go ahead and grab a pass rusher, but it didn't work out. So I think that'll be a priority. There's no way for me that won't be a priority, because we found out after he did try to go move up in the second round last draft, and it didn't work out. We also saw that he did try to go after a few free agents, veteran guys, and couldn't get a deal done, got better deals elsewhere. So I feel like there's just no way, after you missed out last offseason, going into this season or post this season, in hindsight, that you're dead last in the league in sacks again. There's just no way that's not a priority, in my opinion. So pass rusher, definitely a priority for me.
Okay. What say you, Terry?
For me, it's gonna be Mike Green, the kid from Marshall, dominating. Let's go get him. Let's go get that edge rusher at 15. Let's do it. We say we want it. He clearly is the star of the what was that, East-West Shrine? What game was that? Whatever.
East-West.
Yeah,
both.
He was the star of it. So let's go get Mike Green.
Okay.
Edge rusher at 15, dominating. Pushing people off the ball. Let's go get him.
Well, he only pushed one guy because he didn't do the full drill. He actually left after that.
And the offensive lineman said, "You." I ain't never seen nothing like that in my life.
Yeah, man.
What Mike Green did to him.
Yeah, I mean,
he made that man fly.
That's embarrassing, bro.
That,
like it. Honestly, back in my day, Coach would have made you run.
Right.
Like, what?
Right. That man was singing R. Kelly's song, I Believe I Can Fly.
Hey, he'd have made you. He'd whoever that offensive line, he'd have been running all practice. He would have ran until he threw up.
Yeah. Now, one of the questions the fans have is what are we going to do with Grady? I think a lot of us think he'll get restructured and probably rework a deal. Yeah. But also it's going to depend on what Grady wants to do too, because he's been around for a while, and he may not want to restructure. So it's up to him. So let's see. We had someone comment about the tasting whiskey, and let's see. T. Will can take over for Brimley doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And then Ron and Taylor has been putting the on.
I was laughing about that, man. I seen that.
Oh my God, he's the reason why Mahomes was panicking, because Mahomes usually relies on his tight end and those referees. Anyway, receivers. And then the team was checked out on the sidelines, head down. Yeah, some of them were already crying. It's like, dude, come on, get your stuff together. And the draft before that and before that. Yeah,
right, Willie Mills, exactly.
You remember Albrecht say you can't get to the QB without a pass rusher.
Right.
Y'all go look at Jordan Burch, DTDE, out of Oregon. I've actually seen him
nice.
Up a lot.
He's nice.
Yeah, I'd rather get Jalen Walker to play at edge or linebacker. I would look. If this is now look, the last Georgia player, or the highest a Georgia player has been drafted, is where? For the Falcons. When was the highest round that the Falcons drafted a Georgia player?
The last one was what, 7th?
No. The highest round.
Oh.
What you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So
jeez. Maybe in the third?
Third or fourth?
Okay, Terry, what do you say you?
Is this trivia, or you're just asking?
I'm popping this up for a reason. So,
it's third round. I'm pretty sure it's third round.
I'm gonna go second round.
Which Akeem?
Congratulations! It's actually the third round.
Third round. Was it Akeem Dent?
Yeah, and another player too. Actually, the highest was a tight end in the third round, but Akeem Dent was like a couple of picks. Later on, they picked dent, but it was like a little later in the third round. But
Right.
you see what I'm saying.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, that's the highest they've ever picked a Georgia player. So my thing is this: take heed to what I mean. Look, there's a reason why it's like this. I'm not saying all Georgia players are the greatest things in the world, but my God, when the Super Bowl MVP, the man that just wins the trophy, is looking saying, "Yeah, those guys made a change in our locker room," and they weren't veterans; they were Georgia Bulldogs that have basically looked at probably the defense and said, "Man, we've been through tougher practices than this,
Right.
and we've been built for this." So there's something to say about that experience, about that just learned toughness. It ain't about the toys. It ain't about the what the fancy knobs and buttons. You got to get somebody, and I'm serious. Linebackers or edge, go get either Williams or Walker. If trade down, fine. I get it. You need picks, but man, if you don't have to trade down, take one of those guys. I'm even okay if you take Pierce, Jr. from Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
I just get someone on defense. Now, will it happen? I don't think so, because my problem is I don't trust this regime.
Right.
And yes, I'm going to keep saying it until they prove me wrong, and it's a possibility they can. But then there's also a possibility that pigs will fly too. So, and right now I don't see Miss Piggy. So, and we won't. I'm pretty confident we won't see her in the air during draft night. So, but right now I'm going to say any of the Georgia players, even Malachi Starks. I would not be upset if we got a safety in the first round. I think it would be crazy. It'd be wild, but yet I would be okay with it because, man, you put Malachi next to Jesse Bates. I mean, I would not be mad, And if you remember, the DC in Philly had to call Kirby to see what defense he teamed to make them successful because the first 2 years wasn't working. Well, remember also, look who was the defensive coordinator, the rocket scientist with the pencil here. So now he's in Ohio State, so he gets to F up that place. So because anyone from the Belichick tree is not really the greatest of coaches.
Right.
No offense. I mean, I think Grable's the only one. And that's not really saying much. So let's see. What else do I have here? Carrie, I wanted to ask, since you're here, I'll just ask you real quick, if you don't mind, because these were the topics that we had beforehand. If you had to trade Pitts or Tyler Algier, which one is it?
Oh man. Yeah, it's gonna be Tyler Algier for me, unfortunately. And the reason being is because I don't think Kyle Pitts is gonna get traded this offseason. I mean, I honestly don't think Algier will either. I mean, but you got to think about it. We used a 4th overall pick on Kyle Pitts. Yes, I understand he could want to change of scenery. It might be the best thing for him and for us for him to have a change of scenery. He could thrive with a new team. But my thing is that we used a 4th overall pick on Kyle Pitts. If you try to trade him right now, you are not going to get anything near that. You're not going to, I mean, if you're lucky, you'll get a 3rd round pick. So for me, trading him for a 3rd round pick just to use a 3rd round pick to what draft? You're going to have to get another tight end. We only have Charlie Warner. So, which actually, I think he was only on a 1-year deal. Am I right? Or he was on a multi-year deal?
I think he was on a 2-year deal.
Okay. So I was going to say we don't have anyone then. But yeah, okay, we still have him. But we would still need to replace him at that point. So, I don't know. I just feel like you're not going to get anything near where to justify the trade. Terry Fontenot is not. I mean, for me, no way. He's not going to trade him for most likely a 4th or 5th round pick. So it's not worth it.
Well, for me, if it's Pitts, I'm getting whatever I can get out of him. I don't. I'm
Even
not
if it's a
looking for
5th
a
round,
first
6th.
No, I'm not. I'm not looking for a first. Here's why. Because if I expected that, that means I expected us to actually use him properly. We never did.
Right.
So my thing
Right.
is, I'm cutting my losses. Now look, the guy to trade for me, I would actually look at Tyler Algier. I would, because I'm looking at it like I think I get more for him. But I'm also going to try to trade Pitts because if the only thing that Terry did say in the press conference that actually mattered was talking about how disappointed they were in Kyle, and that still resonates with me. You know,
I agree with, I noticed that as well in the press conference. And to be honest, how do you guys feel about that? That he kind of low key called Kyle Pitts out. I mean, someone might argue good, maybe he needs that, but at the same time, how do you think that made Kyle feel? Because your GM is calling you out to the media. I don't know. Have you
Uh,
guys thought about that part of it? And
I,
he didn't
I'm
call anyone else out that maybe had a bad season or hasn't
uh,
lived up to the production. And before you answer, think about it. It was not his fault he got drafted 4th overall. The Atlanta Falcons chose to do that. So, and then they call him the unicorn and they put him up on this pedestal. So, what is your opinion on that?
my opinion. About the time somebody called him out.
yep. Go ahead,
I
Ron.
tired he not running the right plays. I tired he's slowing down during the game. I am so tired. Oh, I just hit song get
Wow.
fine. Oh,
Okay.
I just was here.
What about T. Will? He's more, the nice Mr. Nice guy. What do you think, T. Will? Have you thought about that? Or you think it was good or?
Well, Carrie, he's been with us for 4 years, right?
Right.
Okay. And for 4 years, we've been trying to get him to do the same thing, which is know your site adjustments, run the proper routes, be where you're supposed to be at the time you're supposed to be doing it, right? And for 4 years, we've been unsuccessful at doing that, right? We don't know the conversations that they've had with him. We don't know the efforts that they put into him. The only thing I can tell you is I have 3 children, and all 3 are different, right? There's some things I can say to Zach, my son, that I better not say to my daughters. But there's sometimes that we need to be that blunt, and I need to be like, hey, man, look, either shit or get off the pot. It is what it is, right? There are things that I can say to Mariah that I can't say to Zach or Maya. There are things that I can say to Maya that I can't say, right? So maybe 2 things. Number one, maybe the Falcons are at their wits' end with Kyle. Okay. And you're right. It's not his fault that he was drafted number 4. It is his fault that he can't run routes. It is his fault that he doesn't know site adjustments. It is his fault that he isn't where he's supposed to be at the time he should be. That is all within Kyle's purview. That is all within his control. And to the extent that we've tried for 4 years, right? And nothing to me that says the Falcons are over that and him. Now, do I think that he overtly called Kyle out? No. But I think that he held Kyle accountable, and look it. I believe that you praise in public and that you criticize in private. Carrie, I don't know that I would have done that, but I can't wait. Was that Siri or Carrie? Carrie, is that you? Carrie, you there? I think Carrie had to step away.
Stepped out, but
Yeah,
go
she
ahead.
stepped away. But I feel like the Falcons are just at their, for the GM to do that, to Carrie's point, maybe they do trade Kyle. Maybe they're just over it.
Yeah.
Maybe because that, as subtle as he tried to be, that was still a public indictment. Maybe we're at the point where they trade Kyle. I don't know.
I just think they had these talks with Kyle Pitts.
Yeah.
And
Oh.
it like Kyle Pitts like, okay, I will do my best.
Right. And nothing
Mm.
happens.
And nothing
And
happened.
nothing happens, right?
Right.
To your point, Ron, to your point, at the beginning of the year, Kirk and Kyle were roommates.
Right.
That was not by accident.
Right.
That was not by accident. What that was Kirk was supposed to get Kyle in line and
Right.
try and get him to run routes. Because remember, at the beginning of the season, Kirk kept saying, I'm trying to get Kyle to just run as fast as he can. Which really what he was saying is, I'm trying to get Kyle to run the damn route.
Right.
Right?
Well, why another man got to make you do something we all love?
Well, look it.
Ron,
Let's keep it 100.
Kyle's not the only one that sometimes it takes that, right? I'm not vilifying Kyle for that. Sometimes
Right, but what I said, if I got to make you do better on your job,
right,
you don't need to be here on the job.
Well,
but that's part of coaching. That's part of coaching.
Right?
That
is part of coaching. That is part of coaching. Look at who was the guy that Mike Singletary kicked out?
Vernon Davis.
Vernon Davis.
Vernon Davis gives Singletary credit because that changed his career.
But you as a football player, you supposed to be the best.
I agree.
Right, but not everybody's like that. Everybody's not thinking like
everybody's
that.
not like that. Though,
right.
Ron.
But I just talking for my experience. I play wide receiver.
Right.
And I told myself every game, and I finna go 150 yards,
right.
2 touchdowns. I finna put everything I can on this field.
Right.
And I don't see that from Kyle Pitts.
Because he doesn't have it, Ron.
Right.
Everybody doesn't have that.
So it
Nobody has that dog in him like you, Ron.
Right. So it like you get frustrated. You weigh 260 pounds. If you did not want to be here, you should have told us, hey, I don't want to come to Atlanta.
I don't think it's that.
He's not gonna.
I don't think it's that. I don't think it's that. I think what we were saying about Travis Kelce is true right now about Kyle Pitts. I don't think football is number one in his life. I don't think it's ever been. Right? So, I really think Kyle just works here. Football is just what Kyle. He's not passionate about it.
I mean, he's literally said that, right?
He's not.
Right.
I just work here.
I just work here.
What I do, right?
It's like, well, you're not good at your job, so why you even working?
Because some people just want a paycheck, Ron.
Hold on.
You've never worked with people like that. I've worked with every job. I've worked with somebody like that. They just do the bare minimum to collect their check.
So, okay. I gotta speak on this. So first of all, if you're trading Kyle Pitts for Skittles and a Dr. Pepper, make sure you get the big bag of Skittles and make sure it's actually a Coke Zero. That's number one.
Oh,
and
wow.
Then, let's also, he's 6'6", 250, soft MF. He needs it's about that time. Now, here's what I would do with Kyle. I would get a little blanket, and I get a pacifier, and we hold him, and we say, "Oh, Kyle, he'll be okay." And then I'd beat his ass because I am sick of coddling grown-ass people.
Grown-ass men.
All right?
Grown-ass men.
I got to say it because you know what? That was mean. He shouldn't have done it. I'm not picking on you, Kerry. But here's the thing. This mofo has no problem signing a contract, taking money from this team.
Yep.
So for you taking my money, you need to supply me
the church's
your talents and show me why you deserve more money. Because if you do, I'm going to give you more money. But no. And not only that, this mofo is the reason Terry Fontenot should be fired. Because, we need to find a way to motivate him. When you have guys like, let's see. Chase. Oh, he's pretty motivated. Huh. Renee Sewell. Last I checked, he's definitely motivated. Oh, Micah Parsons. He's definitely motivated. But yet everybody said, but he's a unicorn. He's unicorn.
Not his fault. Not his fault.
A weapon. And
But
we haven't.
I don't know. I
Honestly,
agree with you
Look,
guys,
look,
but I feel like the
They
Falcons
built
are
this
just as
man
guilty.
to be the piece, to be the guy that could carry that weapon for the Falcons. The problem was they didn't get to do an X-ray because his heart is the size of a pea. Okay?
His heart
I don't know.
pumping
I
Kool-Aid.
honestly
No,
respectfully disagree with you guys.
Hold
Honestly.
on. He does not look. This guy, it's like this. Okay, after your first year, work on your technique. What are the things you're not good at? What are the things you need to work on? All these tight ends, Travis Kelce did this. You work on your craft. You work on route running. They never had to have someone say, hey, guys, here, I'm going to hold your hand. I'm going to show you how to run a route. La, 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 la. Travis Kelce, before Patrick Mahomes, had a lot of crap before he had good quarterbacks to throw to him. All right? And if you want to talk about people that have crap as a tight end and, oh, well, he can't have anyone throw to him. I just saw Brock Bowers break an NFL record and Kyle Pitts' record with no problem with Desmond Ridder and Aiden O'Connell and Gardner Minshew. That's why I'm going to give Kyle Pitts a little attitude. That's why I'm looking at Kyle Pitts going, dude, what are you doing? By the way, Debo, Ladarius had to bounce with work stuff, so it's not on us. We wanted him to stay, so it's it's one of those. And last I checked, unicorn is soft. An elephant, Chrissy Horn. So it fits for him, bro. That's what Millie Mills says.
Maybe they set him up for failure then by calling him a unicorn.
But the whole thing is this though. It's one thing to. It's like this. This is Vic Beasley all over again.
Yeah.
He has one good year. And yeah, that year we got to the Super Bowl. Well, with Kyle Pitts, what did we win? Oh, that's right. We only had 4 wins. Or no, 8 wins. Whoopee.
Not his fault,
Or 7,
by the way.
7.
But
and my thing is this. So you don't try to get better. And then you get hurt. All right. The whole year, the third year, people were coming up with they were doing gymnastics about, well, give him time. He needs to heal from his injury. Give him time. He needs to heal from his injury. The whole year. To the point that it's like you're going, all right, well, now we got Kurt. And then I heard, well, Kurt's going to make him a better quarterback. Kurt's going to help, because he helps tight ends a lot. He really works well with tight ends. And I even said that too because I remember reading the trends. And Kurt couldn't get this man to run his freaking route. And Kurt got to the point, I'm ignoring you. I'm not even throwing to you. Because he saw the practice habits and the lack thereof of Kyle Pitts. And honestly, yeah, he gives you I'm just here so I don't get fired. Well, guess what, pal? You're going to get replaced. And in my view, you got to trade that trash because that's all you are is trash. That pick, if it wasn't for Michael Penix, I would have fired Terry Fontenot just on that pick alone because that pick is not, especially with guys you could have gotten. You went out and drafted a tight end 4th overall. And you know what? I love this part. Well, Terry didn't make that pick. It was Arthur Smith. It was this guy. It was this guy. Guess what? Middle management was a part of in that room. And he's still in the room. So that means everybody gets smoke. So when I think of Kyle Pitts, I think of failure. And he is the Andre Bruce of the Falcons now.
Sheesh. Is this the roast of Kyle Pitts?
Nowhere where you want to be.
To me, I just
Kyle,
think
if you're listening.
Kyle,
I'm not sorry.
I'll tell you to your face.
I will tell you to your face.
That he's garbage. Okay.
To me,
no. I mean, hold on. What has he done?
I'm not gonna say he's garbage. What I will say is he has not maximized his potential, right? And at the end of the day, the bottom line is you can lead a horse to water, you can't make him drink, right? You've had you've had at least 2 administrations in here, maybe 3. You've had at least 2 administrations in here. You've had a couple of offensive coordinators, and if everywhere you go there's a problem, the problem is you.
Right.
You know what I mean? If every coach that comes in can't get you to run routes, who's the common denominator? It's you. Now, does that mean that Kyle can't have a successful career? I'm not saying that, because people can definitely change. Behavior can change. Look, if Kyle gets traded to another organization, maybe that person can reach him. You know, ultimately, look, I want Kyle to be successful. It didn't work out here. That's okay. But if we're talking about the onus of responsibility, that's on Kyle. It is Kyle's job to go out there and maximize his potential and be the best that he can be. What I get from Kyle is I'm going to do this, right? So even when Kyle is open, Kyle is running routes that Kyle want to run. Okay? He's not necessarily running the routes. Understand, when you are an NFL quarterback, not at least 60% of the time, you're not going to see where the ball ends up before you throw it, because you're throwing timing routes, right? So if I'm making my progressions and Kyle is never where he's supposed to be, y'all know what I'm about to do? I'm about to stop looking for you. Right? Because if you're supposed to be, even if you're open over the middle, if I'm supposed to hit you on an out and you're over the middle, I don't know what I'm looking at when I'm dealing with you anyway, right?
Right.
So I'm not going to say that Terry should be fired for drafting him, because Kyle literally was a great tight end, and quite candidly, they were probably looking for a Julio replacement when they drafted him, and maybe that blinded us. Okay,
I really think, man, I just looking at, man, I was playing football. My wide receiver coach would tell me, run in the off season, you gotta get better. Mm-hmm. So I made that my business to get better running routes, get better at catching the ball. You got to work to do it.
Right. But Ron, you're not a 6'8". You're not a 6 foot.
Right. I'm not. I'm 6'2". I'm 6'2", right? At that time, right, 120 pounds.
Right. But what I'm saying is Kyle was probably coddled all his life. But when I see Kyle, I see somebody that was coddled his entire life. He probably was the best player on his team his entire life. And then when he got to the NFL, he couldn't dog it anymore. Because guess what? You got to work, baby. Everybody's good in the NFL. Everybody can run in the NFL. You get what I'm saying? And his work ethic, in my humble opinion, just doesn't match that. Until he's willing to consider that, until he's ready to consider that, I don't think he gets any better. But that's not to say that he can't be. You know, I'm not going to say Kyle can't be a number 1 receiver or a number 1 tight end. You can do whatever you put your mind to. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
All I just saying, in the offseason, actions speak louder than this word. When Kyle Pitts got injured and when he came back, I wanted to see the dog mentality from him.
Damn, Millie.
Millie.
That's
going for the throat.
Don't show that. Damn, Millie.
This just me. I wanted to see that dog mentality from Kyle Pitts.
I saw it on National Tight Ends Day this season. I'm just saying.
Oh, Carrie!
I don't know, guys.
We all know that was supposed to be a fumble.
Right.
But maybe
Carrie firing shots.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just the Kyle defender today. But I think it's not just Kyle's fault, honestly. I think, I think it's literally, he's like that meme. I'm tired. Which I get you guys' points. Like, you know, you still got to do your job no matter what. I understand. I agree with you. But I just think you have to see both sides. And I think we haven't put him in the best position to win, partially coaching, partially scheme. I think it's not just all Kyle's fault, to be honest. I think this past season, he had a massive role change. I think I read that he took over 50% of his snaps in line, which that was the fewest snaps out wide in his whole career. We tried to use him differently. I feel like they talk about his wingspan, his height, his wingspan, all that, and he should be a mismatch, but yet we do not use him in the red zone, which we're terrible in the red zone normally. And it's like, okay, well then why aren't we using this guy that's supposed to be a mismatch in the red zone? And we just don't do that. Penix did that with the season on the line, and look how it resulted. I just feel like both things can be true. He
That's true.
has run lazy routes, but maybe he's just literally that meme. Like, I'm tired. Like, he's
Okay.
tired of people trashing him.
Oh.
It's not his fault that he got. Yeah, no, I'm serious. Players see stuff that are, put online about them, and he's always one of the biggest memes about, like, if you play fantasy football, he's always the one that like gets trashed about, like, oh, I drafted him another season and he sucked, essentially. So I just feel like it's not all Kyle. Like, we can't just only blame Kyle. Yes, his lack of production is there, but to be honest, guys, look at his last season. Wait, can I please finish? He was actually the 13th ranked tight end in the league last season, and only 2 tight ends had more targets than him. At the 12 out of that 12. Yes, Brock Bowers did a lot with and set records with trash quarterback. That is true. But to that point, he had double the targets. They had no other weapons. We have, we talk about on this show, and all the podcasters talk about how Falcons offense has all these weapons, right?
That's
like,
true.
so, and also Zach Robinson, if you go back and look at his time with the LA Rams, they don't use their tight ends. So that kind of sucks for Kyle, because that's just not part of his scheme, Zach Robinson. He doesn't include the tight ends. This season, yes, Kyle ran lazy routes, but also a lot of times he wasn't even targeted. There's no plays drawn up for Kyle. When did you see any plays drawn up for him to give him a chance, honestly? So for me, even though he may have ran lazy routes, he still was the 13th ranked tight end in the league last season, which that still doesn't live up to 4th overall. I agree. But I don't know. I just feel like just blaming Kyle isn't telling the whole story, in my opinion.
No, I'm not blaming
fair.
Kyle, but I'm saying
That's fair. That is fair, Kerry. That's Kerry. That's fair. And guess what? Both can be true. Both
right,
can be
and
true,
I think both
right?
is true. I do think both is
Both
true. I
can
think
be
he's
true.
literally that meme, like, I'm tired, and maybe a change of scenery might be good for him because he's on his 5th quarterback in 4 years. So, I mean, yeah, you're saying Jamar Chase. He's one of my favorite receivers in the league, but you got to understand, he went into the league with his same exact quarterback that he had at LSU. They already had that chemistry, and he's had him all 4 years. And Joe Burrow is arguably top 3 quarterback in the league.
Joe
Meanwhile,
Burrow
Kyle
also
Pitts
got
has
hurt the year before, not last year because he played the whole year, but the year before he got hurt, and
right.
Jamar Chase played with the backup there. So,
and he still had, and that was his worst season. Jamar, he didn't put up the same numbers he put all the years that he did with Joe Burrow. So my point I'm trying to make is that the difference is he had the same quarterback, college and NFL, and and he's also a wide receiver 1. That's not the same as a tight end 1 who's not used in the scheme. And he has had 5 quarterbacks in 4 seasons, respectively.
So if it's not Kyle's fault, whose fault is it?
No, it is Kyle's fault. I just said that it's both can be true. It is Kyle's fault because he does run lazy routes, but I feel like it's like he feels defeated and he's kind of over it. And like I said, maybe a change of scenery is best, but I think both can be true.
What Kerry's saying, C-Dub, is that, it's Kyle's fault, but a really, really good coach, right, can maybe scheme some plays from Kyle and maximize what you get out. At least I think that's what you're saying, right, Kerry?
Right. I mean, I just feel like he wasn't targeted. Like I said, he put up 13, and his numbers last season, 13 best tight end in the league, with only 2 tight ends getting less targets than him. I mean, Brock Bowers, he put up the best numbers, but he had 153 targets. That's insane. That's more than double Kyle. So, you're going to have. Yes, go ahead.
Miss Kerry, You've been at your job for a long time, right?
Yeah.
Okay. If you were not doing your job, what do you think the boss would do to you?
But that's the thing. He is doing. I mean, look at the numbers. Yes, he may run lazy routes. Okay, but he doesn't always run lazy routes. Clearly, if he has 13th overall production in the league
Well,
last season, that's my point.
But what I'm trying to say is, your boss will come to you, be like, "Hey, you got to change, or else."
Well, I think what Kerry's saying, Ron, is, you know, what if Kyle ran all the routes, but he had 2 receptions, right? He had 2 receptions the whole year. Well, yeah, you run all the routes, but you're not being productive. Right. If Kyle was the 13th most out of 100 tight or whatever, how many tight ends, then he's being productive.
Yeah.
He's being productive. So I can see both sides.
I do see both
sides. So do I. I see you guys' side.
Kerry's basically saying that, look, yes, Kyle is a pain in the ass. Yes.
Right.
100%.
He's not happy and he's lazy. He could be lazy. I agree.
Right. But he is still a talent, and it is still incumbent upon the coach to maximize your return out of him. Right? You picked him. He's here. Right. You may as well maximize your return out of him. Look it. And this is what will tell the story. If Kyle goes to another organization and goes off, right? Let's say Kyle goes, I don't know,
to the Chiefs, for example.
To the Chiefs or whatever, and he gets 100 receptions and he goes for 1,500 yards. You know what they're going to say? Well, it must have been the Falcons.
Right.
Now, that may not be true, but that is what will be said. So I can, and look it, C-Dub, Ron, I get your point. If you can't trust a guy, you can't trust a guy. And if you've had 5 coaches to try and get you to do it, and we couldn't get you to do it, the problem is you. But what is also true is there could be someone that can come along and make a difference, right? So in my instance, right, I've worked with a lot of supervisors. I remember working with Andre O'Brien, who I give credit for a lot of my success. Andre was one of the first people to take me, shape me, and mold me, right? And a lot of what I learned from him. So before him, I wasn't necessarily a bad employee, but after him, I was a great one, right? So I can see Kerry's point. Maybe Kyle just hasn't met his person that's going to help him get to the next level. And that doesn't mean he ever will, but that doesn't mean he won't, right? So again, I truly see both sides. I see Kerry's point, right? To the extent that you draft a guy 4th overall, here's the failure. You should have done your homework and recognized his personality and assessed what you could do with him. All right,
and
this guy's been. Go ahead, Kerry.
Sorry. Also, to your point, T-Will, you should also, if you're going to draft a guy that high, he should be getting way more targets than he is. And then just show, I mean, in that point, then show us that he's lazy and that, oh, okay, he just doesn't care, but he's not getting the targets. I get the point of like, okay, well, you know, maybe they don't trust him, but at the same time, you need to almost like force the ball to him because you drafted him 4th overall. You put that much stock in a player and a tight end, you need to get the production out of him. I mean, he had less than 75 targets, so that's really not that high, honestly. That's pretty on the low end. I mean, so I don't know. I completely agree with you guys that my point I'm trying to make, honestly, is that both are true. Both can be true, that we have not gotten the production out of him, and it is his fault, but it's not fully his fault. Maybe it's like 70-30, okay? I'm just saying that it's not like he's been with Patrick Mahomes all 4 years and he just gets targeted as much as Travis Kelce, which is almost double Kyle Pitts. And we're just seeing him being lazy and suck, and not, it's just, I don't know. It's just unfortunate. And I think maybe, even though I don't think he'll be traded because we won't get enough return on the investment, Terry Fontenot won't see it's good because it'll look like a failure. Wow, you drafted the highest, you made history by drafting a tight end 4th overall, highest ever in history, and then you're going to get like a 5th round pick back for him.
Yeah.
That's going to look like an ultimate failure. So I
Yeah.
try to make it work with,
Yeah.
Michael. But
Look,
it's a very
all
tough
I'm gonna say
situation.
is
I think a change of scenery could be best for both parties.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this: if Kyle Pitts is here throughout his whole tenure, he's going to be nothing but Vic Beasley. No impact, and we'll always hear the wasted potential. And it should be the number one reason why Terry is gone, because that is the biggest indictment ever. Tape don't lie. And for Terry to come out and say, Kyle had a disappointing season, he didn't look at it and say, well, he was 13th overall of tight ends. He didn't say that. He said his season was disappointing. So now, tape doesn't lie. We have seen. Heck, we saw it when he fumbled the ball from Michael Penix and gifted an INT. And then who was the one in the middle of the dust-up? Oh, yeah, that was Drake London, the guy that does have a dog in him.
Mm-hmm.
And Kyle just mosey on over. Oh, what's up? I'm sorry. We've all seen it. Kyle Pitts, you can say what you want, defend what you want, but I'm saying that pick will forever be the pick that killed this team. Because that pick, you should have gotten Penei Sewell. That would have been a guy that, I don't know, could have protected Matt Ryan for a little bit. And you would have had someone that would have bolstered this offensive line. By the way, what's the thing that we're talking about with Caleb Garrity? Oh, we want a replacement for right tackle. You wouldn't have to worry about that with Penei Sewell.
Mm-hmm.
Because that man could do right tackle, left tackle, whatever. He can move around. So I will forever be that way. I feel like Kyle, I have heard more excuses for Kyle than I've heard for any other football. And I'm sorry, he's not that gifted. He may be good. He is not that gifted. Now, if he put the work in, I could probably tell you he is. But I've never seen him put the work in. And like I said, tape don't lie. You've seen him be lazy throughout the game.
That's just not true, respectfully. He put the work in his rookie year.
Okay,
how can you say he was bad his rookie year?
Rookie year. How many years ago was that from now?
Right, but I'm saying you said you've never seen it.
I'm saying right now I have never, because see, when I say it, I'm talking about year by year progress. Right now, where the year before, he wasn't good. And look, every year he has played, he hasn't gotten better. All that production, 1 touchdown, rookie year. That's a successful year when your weapons are depleted as ever. Matt Ryan throwing the ball the last year. Now, look, you want to say that Matt Ryan getting traded or all that stuff? We all know that's on Arthur Blank for wanting to get a guy that likes massages. I'm with you. All right. And I thought fired. And then when they tried to say, oh, yeah, it was our decision, then I was like, all right, fire Terry and Arthur. Bam. I did not give 2 Fs. Because what happened? Oh, we get Mariota. And Ritter. And then, oh, but we got Ritter. Ritter's going to be the man. And Ritter just Ritters himself. And I'm just like, dear God. And here we have Kirk Cousins. And like I said, and you're hearing Kirk say it without trying to be a total douche about it. Kyle doesn't run routes. And I need my tight end to run the routes. So here you finally get a quarterback that everyone says all Kyle needs is a quarterback. That's not on his last leg. Okay, well, Kyle, here's Kurt. Kurt's trying to help him. And Kurt probably was like, man, I can't help this guy because he ain't listening.
Okay, so I have a question for you, C-Double. What would have been a successful season for Kyle Pitts this season under Kirk Cousins in 7 games for you?
I mean, honestly, first of all.
Sorry, 13.
Hold on.
What would have been successful
more
in
than
your
5 touchdowns? Please? Give me
more
over.
than
Give
5.
me to
Even
close
with
to
all
1,000.
the...
Here's the other problem.
Okay.
It ain't my question of what's successful. Your GM said it wasn't successful. You know, the guy that dances around questions, the guy that is always about the upper management, when he had no problem saying his season was disappointing, that's when it made it fair game. And I think, you know, we call a wake-up call, whatever. But when you're the one player that your GM is talking about, and it's not Kirk Cousins, that's not good. And
right, but they were hounding him about Kyle Pitts. It's not that he just openly started trashing Kyle Pitts. The media was actually hounding him about.
He was asking about Kyle Pitts. Then he could have given his standard answer. But no, he said it was a disappointing season.
Right, and he said Kyle would agree with them. He did say that. That is true.
So yeah.
To me, I just expect a player to get better and better and better during the offseason. Go train with some of the best tight ends that ever played the game. Shannon Sharp. Go train. If you want to be the best, you got to beat the best.
Yeah.
Go train with some Kelsey. Go train with some of these Rudolph. Go train with some of the best tight ends ever in the game of football. To me,
Does Shannon Sharp still train with players? I know that he has been to Travis Kelce's tight end university. I know he has been to that.
Right.
I'm just saying.
I could see where C-Dub coming from, because to me, I'm looking at Kyle Pitts.
Yeah.
If you play me 1-on-1, I'm gonna get nasty on you. You cannot beat me 1-on-1. 1-on-1.
You want to work harder.
Right, you want to work harder and smarter. Mm-hmm. To me, Kyle Pitts, it seemed like I think T-Will said somebody told Kyle Pitts in high school, you're the best. In college, you're the best. Now he like, oh, I can't beat nobody. It go back to my point.
Out.
Yeah, he tapped out. It go back to my point. Actions speak louder this word. I just speaking for me as an Atlanta Falcons fan, if I see you getting better every year, I would say, oh, Kyle Pitts look legit. But I don't see you getting better every year in the offseason.
Here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. We can't say what Kyle's going to become. Even the great Belichick sucked at Cleveland, sucked ass at Cleveland, was terrible at Cleveland. Okay. Then he left and he went to New England. He may have made a stop, but he ended up at New England, and that is where he started his success as a head coach, right? So maybe a change of scenery would do good for Kyle. I mean, look at Kyle, I would say has definitely underachieved here, right? And I'm not saying that we owe Kyle a head coach that communicates directly with him. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that there are some coaches who can manage different personalities, right? Because everybody doesn't come here with a go get him attitude, Tiger. Hey, Ron, I want you to be better this. Everybody doesn't come that way. You know, some guys are wired differently. And as professionals, it's your job to maximize everybody. Look, when I was a supervisor back in the day, I had all kinds of personalities. Right? I had personalities. All I had to do was say something one time and it was done. I had another personality that I had to say it 3 different times in 3 different ways. Hey, you may want to do this. Hey, don't forget about this. Hey, don't forget. And it was routine. And you learn that. You have to be able to manage people and personalities. And look, most of the onus for this is on Kyle. It's on Kyle to manage Kyle.
Right.
But we pay these head coaches to manage egos in the NFL, to manage personalities in the NFL, to get the most out of personalities in the NFL. And you have to ask yourself, if Kyle played for Mike Tomlin, would we see more out of him?
Yes.
If he played for Sean Payton, would we see more out of him? We probably wouldn't see Kyle playing for Sean Payton.
No,
Right?
I don't think
No.
Sean Payton would allow
But
that.
But Andy Reid,
would we
Maybe
see
that's
more
what he
out of him?
needs.
yeah,
Right?
Maybe that's what he needs, a
see more
tougher
out of him.
style coach. Maybe
Right.
that's what he needs.
That's-
I don't know.
That's so when Carrie's like both can be true, I agree with her.
I
Right?
agree
Kyle
with
has
her.
not done shit as a Falcon. Kyle is
Right.
definitely underperformed. No disrespect to him,
Right.
he's underperformed. But he could also go to another environment, right? And a lot of this is timing, right? Because
Right.
maybe if he goes to another environment, maybe he's humbled.
Right.
Maybe he changes his attitude, right? Maybe
Right.
he's more receptive to what people are trying to say, right? I don't know, guys. Look,
Right.
I
I'm
just
just a
think
fry cook. I don't know, but I'm just saying both can be true. Okay.
And I also want to say, sorry, I also wanted to mention as well that, I know we've mentioned this on at least on One Time for the Fam multiple times that we have so many weapons on offense. Like, how much production do you really expect? I mean, I understand what you're talking about with the lazy route running, but I mean, as far as stats wise, how many receiving yards and touchdowns do you expect him to get when touchdowns he's not utilized in the red zone? And receiving yards, you have a Drake London, you have a Darnell Mooney, you have a Bijan who's also used as a receiver. I mean, Bijan had just as many receiving targets as he did, which is crazy. So he's like our fifth most used, most targeted player on offense. We have a versatile offense. And like I said, Zach Robinson doesn't use tight ends in his offense.
But the difference between Bijan and Kyle Pitts, Bijan, you just see that dog mentality coming out of him. When he put the defensive lineman for Philadelphia on his butt, I was like, oh my God, a running back. Now Kyle Pitts cannot block Wolfers. You tell me Bijan Robinson to put this 395 dude on his tail?
By the way, Bijan has openly admitted he worked on blocking. He worked on getting better as a pass blocker.
So,
and by the way, Algiers not that good of a pickup as a blocker.
Right.
Because they say that's another reason why he struggles in that category. So he's working on his craft.
That let me know you want to get better. Bijan want to get better every offseason. Want to get the thing right. Man, I look at Kyle Pitts, I don't see that. Actions speak louder than words.
Right, but if you're not happy, what do you want him to do?
Well,
honestly,
hold on. Real quick. I want to read this comment because I also have some other comments I want to catch up on.
Okay.
So this is the NFL. It should not require a coach to get you to be the best player or to be the best out of a player. KP has the same coach as Drake London, but somehow Drake has exceeded production every year. KP hasn't.
That's a good point.
That's a good point. And look, I agree with him on that. And then, showing heart, him showing he's got this dog in him would be successful to me. I'm content with the fact that he doesn't get in the end zone. I mean, hell, that was happening with Julio, and then of course we gotta take a shot at Ra. And if goofy ass Ray can't get the best out of KP, them homies just a lost cause.
Right.
So, look, it's like this.
Can I ask a question to you guys? Yeah. Would you still feel this passionate about Kyle Pitts if he was a tight end drafted in the 3rd, 4th, 5th, later round?
No.
Would you still be so pissed off about it? See?
4th overall pick,
see?
That's why. But he probably wouldn't be in the league. So let's be real, right? Let's be real. With his work, you know what? I'm not there for his work ethic. With his inability to run routes and get certain things right, you have to ask yourself, would he be here? And if he was here, would he be starting if he were a 3rd round pick? Now, none of us knows the answer to that because he's still a 6'6". He still can go get it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
think if he's giving you 600 something yards, 5 touchdowns as a tight end drafted in the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th round, yeah, he's still your tight end 1, honestly.
But,
When you have a Darnell
Okay.
Mooney, a Drake London, all
That's
these
fair.
other weapons. I just
but
feel
man,
like another point I'm trying to also make is that I feel like we are so upset about it and everything is partially because he was drafted so high, 4th overall. And that's unfortunate because
Well, here's the thing: if he was, he's drafted 4th overall, but it's the effort that we keep seeing, and it's the lack. And then you have guys around him who got drafted 8th, and who can't, USC. People were talking about Drake London as this was going to be a bust for us getting him, and he's worked every year. From the year, that rookie year where he fumbled the ball, he got so mad he ripped his sleeves off, and he wasn't fumbling anymore.
right.
I mean,
what if I tell you that Drake London has double the amount of targets, and if you divide those, targets in half, he has the same exact amount of receiving yards as Kyle Pitts and the same amount of touchdowns and the half of the receptions.
But here's what I'm going to say. What we're saying though, Drake London showing he's giving you effort. He's
right. He has the dog in him. I agree.
And you just said receiver 1 and tight end 1 are 2 different positions. And
Correct.
what he's showing you is he's doing everything in his power to get to that ball. And all we're saying is we don't see no effort from Pitts. And the difference was Drizzy B, Big Dog, KP's a damn unicorn. Okay, I got it.
I agree. I agree that he's lazy, right? Runs lazy routes.
My point I'm trying to make is that we hold him to such a high standard because he was drafted 4th overall tight end, and that was the Atlanta Falcons doing.
I can't. That's where I got to disagree with you. Running a route, whether you are 1st round or 3rd round, is running a route. Right?
Oh no,
knowing,
I'm not saying
knowing
that
where you're supposed to be is knowing where you're supposed to be.
Right,
right. I cannot recall in recent times seeing a go route that Drake didn't make, or a position where Drake wasn't where he needed to be.
Right.
I can think about that shit at least 4 or 5 times with Kyle.
And
sorry,
right?
I worded that wrong then. I'm not saying that. That's not my point. I'm not trying to say that it's an excuse. That's not it at all, because you could be Mr. Irrelevant, Brock Purdy, and look at him. You went to a Super Bowl.
Right.
So sorry, that wasn't, I worded that incorrectly. That's not the point I'm trying to make. Regardless, you should be putting out the production, and I am not in any way trying to make an excuse for Kyle running lazy routes. I guess I'm just not putting my point across. My thing is just that, yes, he's lazy. Yes, he has not lived up to the hype of 4th overall. I think change of scenery could honestly be best for both parties, but I don't think it happens this offseason because Terry is going to not want to look like a failure in a make or break season for him, because he does not have an extension. So he doesn't want to get back a 5th overall pick for a guy he drafted 4th overall, a mistake that he made. As of now, he made a mistake, Terry Fontenot. So I think he's not going to get rid of him this offseason and hope that this year is going to be different. And it might not be, maybe it will be, but it's unfortunate because I agree with you guys. He has not lived up to hype. He runs lazy routes. I guess my point I'm trying to make is that
you just see from both
Kyle.
sides.
Yeah, 70% Kyle, 30% draft him way too high. That was a mistake. Yeah, draft him way too high. And
30% you didn't connect with the player. That's what it boils down to. The bottom line is you got to get 55 guys moving in the same direction. You got to get 55 guys giving you all they can give you. And at the end of the day, and I see what you're saying, Carrie. I do. I want you to know I understand. I'm just saying, and I agree. It's probably more like 75-25.
Yeah, maybe.
You know what I mean? But I get what you're saying. At the end of the day, right? At the end of the day, you got to know what you expect from your people, right? So, case in point, I used to work in an environment where we did tickets all day, right? I had agents that could do 50 tickets a day. I had agents that could do 30.
Mm.
So my agents that could do 50, I'm not going to put them in a queue where they only get 20 a day. Right? I'm not maximizing the talent. My agents that could do 30, I'm not going to put them in a queue where they could get 50 because they can't keep up. Right?
Okay.
So
Okay.
I had to distribute the queues to their strengths. So the active queues, the more demanding queues, I gave to the agents who could handle it more, that were more savvy. The queues that were smaller in stature, I gave to the more inexperienced agents, but that's how we worked it. And the bottom line is, as a leader, you are responsible for the output of all of your subordinates, of all of your players, right? So whatever we have to do this year, to Katie's point, right? If I'm Zach Robinson, if I'm Raheem, the first thing I'm going to do is, what routes does Kyle like?
Drop some plays for him.
What routes does Kyle like? All right, so when we put him out there, let's put him in a situation where we can do this. Now, maybe maximization for Kyle is 60 receptions. Maybe it's 70 receptions. Because what I agree with Carrie, where I really agree with her, is if you, let's say you do trade Kyle.
Right.
Let's say you do get a 5th round pick back, and let's say Kyle goes off for his next team. You're gonna really look bad, because now it doesn't look like.
Hold on.
Hang on.
All right.
Now it and I hear you. I want to get it out.
Yeah.
Now it looks like, oh, it's
we
not that
do
you
it.
didn't have talent. It's that your organization couldn't do it. Right.
You couldn't get the talent out of them.
Right. If you could get a 1st round pick for Kyle, I'd say do it. But everybody on this panel knows you're not going to get that back. And if you trade Kyle after having him for 4 years and he goes off, let's say you trade him to Andy Reid and he goes off 400 receptions. No matter how you cut it, that's a bad look for this organization.
Right.
So I believe we are going to hang on to Kyle. Now, Carrie, you know what we're not going to do? We're not going to say definitely what the Falcons, because you know what happens when we do that.
Right.
So we're not going to do that. What we're going to say is we believe the Falcons will not trade Kyle. And what we believe they're going to do is to just try and maximize and connect with them. Hey, Kyle, what routes are better for you? What routes fit your skill set? And they'll try to do that, right? Whether you agree with it or not, that's what I think. C-Dub, hey, thanks for giving me the latitude. Go ahead, brother. Because you about to say something.
Look, this
Yes,
is all
thank you, C-Dub.
All right, no problem. I mean, look, we literally went over an hour and a half on this topic, but look, it's fine. This is what we do. All right, we could ditch the show sheet and we talk. That's fine. I like this. You know, my thing is if we start dragging the show and we're all like about to fall asleep on each other, then I have to shut the show down.
Yeah.
Right.
So this is obviously not a bad thing. I mean, we got
a good discussion going.
Comments. So look, here's the number one thing, and Carrie, I hope you please hear what I got to say.
Yeah, I'm listening. Sorry.
I am not absolving the Falcons in the mistake of drafting Kyle Pitts. Okay? Because in my head, I was told Kyle Pitts was a can't miss guy. He was the best athlete, all this.
He's a unicorn. He's going to revolutionize the position.
Yeah. And, I heard all this. And in my head, I said, okay, that means you've already got plans. You're going to make this man the mismatch that we need. Cool. I hope it works. I think you should have went with offensive lineman. Okay? Just because offensive line, coach, that's what he was specialty in.
Right.
I remember people saying Matt Ryan was going to be around for 2 years. So I'm thinking, protect him. So obviously we went with Kyle. And then you saw the other picks, who a lot of them, except for Drew Dahlman, are not on the team.
Yeah.
And I know we've talked about Drew needing to be re-signed. I don't know. The numbers I'm hearing float around, Carrie's been posting.
I know.
I don't. Yeah, if he gets that kind of money, man, God bless him. T-Will does A-Rob sit down.
I have pissed Debo vibes off Oh, we are going to have such a fun show tomorrow, Debo.
Oh, God, I can't wait. I might need to join the show. I might need to join that show.
No, but the thing is about, real quick to Debo's point, that is true. I get that point, but I just feel like D-Rob doesn't use tight ends. We saw that in LA, and he doesn't really scheme up any plays for Kyle, unfortunately. So that's not his thing, honestly.
Let me ask y'all a question. This offseason, what if Raheem go to Zach Robinson and Kyle Pitts? Be like, you know what? Y'all need to get on the same page. And Kyle Pitts still show us nothing. So is it Kyle Pitts or is it us, the Atlanta Falcons?
Well, we won't know that. They're not gonna. I doubt they're gonna come out and say we tried to give him plays, and I mean we'll see it on the field, right? If we see plays drawn
that's
up
what I
there.
mean on the field.
Well,
yeah. I feel like we haven't really seen that.
Supposed to be on. I'm sorry, Carrie. I didn't mean to, but I was
No, it's okay. You go because we've been interrupting you. I apologize.
I'm trying to remember what's that NFL reality show they do?
A receiver or
on HBO?
Or...
Is it on HBO?
Yeah, it's for the team. Team.
Oh, Hard Knocks.
Hard Knocks.
Yeah, that's it.
I've heard that we're supposed to be one of the finalists in that.
We don't need to be.
So look, end up, man. Look, you got Showtime Raheem. You got Terry and they're sweating for their jobs. I think you should. I want to see how far they could go. But no. I mean, that's really the only way you would find out, Kerry.
Right.
And Ron. And here's the thing. Well, here's what I'm going to say. If you do trade, number one, and here's why I say it's okay if you trade, because you do need to see, or it's like this. Terry does have the buffer of the Penix pick. Okay? He's looking smart on that. So, you have that. Man, you're going to have to send me that link because I'm going to have to watch that show. Because, if I'm not on it.
You can join.
I might have to.
Me too.
Because guess what? I got a secret, guys. Are you ready?
Well, you going to hell.
It's just between us
Yeah.
and the show, right? Debo doesn't even know it yet. Debo's finding out now. I got Trey from the Water Boys joining us tomorrow. Holy shit! It's going to be a great show. Debo's already pissed off because he's like, I can't believe this. And the main topic of the show tomorrow, thanks to my friend Carrie, who I love with all my heart because she's always there for me in every show I have. Carrie's so freaking awesome. Okay. I was in the show yesterday and I missed a guest or whatever. Somebody was commenting and she was like, do you see so-and-so? Carrie's awesome. Okay. But Carrie started this mess. All right, Carrie, I love you, but you started this mess. So tomorrow, it's going to be a great show because we got Trey from the Water Boys. Ron, if you guys want to join, hey man, Carrie is her. Carrie is that
Carrie
chick.
is her.
You got to know. Yeah. Carrie is her.
Carrie.
Carrie is that chick. We
still love you.
Everywhere she goes, she is that chick. Okay. Yeah. But no, I mean it'll be me, it'll be Debo Vibes, it'll be Trey from the Water Boys. And hey Ron, if you and C-Dub want to hop on, hey man, 8 a.m. tomorrow. Now it's gonna be early, boys.
No.
It's gonna be early.
Let's see how I'm doing.
Let me just see how I'm feeling.
That's how we roll. It's gonna be early.
No. I'm not even arguing.
I can't wait.
I may jump on that one.
Debo is so fired up right now. Oh, I can't wait.
Debo might want to come on out.
Right.
Holy shit, that's gonna be good. Oh my goodness. Oh, I might, you know what? If you guys join, we might just go up until 10 o'clock. Like we might, well, no, wait, Jack. Damn, I got one time for the fan. Well, you know what? If one time for the fan isn't on time tomorrow, because sometimes on Friday we're not on time, we can go up to 10 o'clock. It just depends. Depends on, just depends. Don't know.
Here's what I'm going to say. Right. Terry should have no problem trading Pitts if he feels compelled to. Okay? If they can get a deal and they can get him somewhere else. And everyone's like, well, what about tight end? You could get a serviceable tight end.
You could get Hooper, but
you could draft one. They're very
He's a free agent, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, Hooper is a free agent.
Yeah.
Hooper is a free agent.
That's like going to an ex-girlfriend, man. You just don't do that, man.
Hey,
damn, man.
Wait a minute. He had more yards and touchdowns than Kyle Pitts.
Well, again, I hear you, but then he old, he crusty. It's just not going to be the same. No, I don't like him. No, Hoop ain't that guy for me. So I'm sorry. Sorry, Hoop, but you're not my guy.
Doesn't do take backsies. He doesn't do take backsies, Ron.
You've been on my team.
He doesn't go back.
You back. If I say you could go, that don't mean that you can come back and be like, oh, I love Atlanta. Get the hell on. Matt Schaub's the only one that broke that rule. Matt Schaub's the only man that broke that rule, and I allowed it because I liked him. So, Matt Schaub is the only guy worth doing that to.
No takesy backsies.
Yeah, we don't do take backsies. But anyway, but for real, I would look at, dude, I'm not going to lie. I wish we never traded Jonnu Smith. That's the one thing I wish. Oh, that hurts my heart because,
Oh, no take backs, remember?
Hold on. No. That's different.
That's different. Oh, somebody's tweet on Jonnu. Hey, Ron, Jonnu's the one that got away.
Wow.
That got away.
I gotta say this.
Used him. Jonnu had a great season. Honestly,
I love Jonnu Smith.
C-Dub's at home dreaming of Jonnu right now. Oh,
I have a poster of Jonnu. Come back! I'm like ripping my clothes, singing D'Angelo. Come back!
Oh wow!
Oh, it's like, why do you sing to Jonnu? I have to.
You know what's crazy though? Jonnu was targeted more than Jalen Waddle last season.
Yeah.
They used him heavily.
Oh, well, because he was a reliable target.
He played really well.
Debo went way back. Debo says, "I'll take OJ Santiago."
Oh God, no.
So hey, Carrie, this is what you missed, right?
Oh.
So Debo's not mad at me, but he's really passionate about this subject. Okay. So I'm telling you right now, Debo and I tomorrow are going to have a very passionate show. Okay. And here's the deal, Carrie. Carrie, you ready? I got a secret, Carrie.
Ready.
Are you ready?
Well, it's not no secret no more.
I'm ready.
Stop it, Ron. It's a secret to Carrie because she doesn't know. Okay. All right. Carrie, I got Trey from the Water Boys showing up tomorrow at the show. So it's going to be me, pissed off Debo, and Trey from the Water Boys. And we're going to debate
about this
nature versus nurture or coach versus player. Who's more responsible? We're going to get into it tomorrow, Carrie. Okay?
I thought you would say you would have on a toupee tomorrow.
I'm here so I don't get fined.
Did he just say... Did Ron, you know what? I'm not even going to respond to you because right now all you're doing is channeling Ladarius. Ladarius, wherever you are, brother, I hope you're having a great day. I love you, man. I hope you're having a great day. That's all right, Ron. That's okay. That's okay. But no, so Carrie, if you want, I don't know if you can make it tomorrow at 8:00, but if you can, it'd be great. It's going to go down.
That's awesome.
It's going to be great.
It's going to be a great show.
It's going to be great. I can't wait for it. I can't wait for it. Well, no, seriously. So he does. So Debo will bring like R&B topics towards the end of the show, right?
Yeah. Right.
And he already told us that he has a good one for this Friday because it's going to be what he said was it's going to be West Coast. It's going to be West Coast. I don't know the scenario, but it's going to be West Coast. He said R&B. Not rap. So I would imagine it's not NWA, right? I don't know who it's going to be, but he did say it. But
I might need to meet Debo.
Debo is cool.
You never met Debo? Well, come on the show tomorrow. You can meet Debo. Come on the show.
Ron, I've met him. He's good people.
Debo is a great
Don't ever try to play trivia with him, though. He tries to take all the prizes and all the questions away.
Hey, I know.
It was so funny. Steve tried to play trivia, and Debo answers one question. And then he answers another. And he goes, dude, you can only answer one.
Debo was killing it, man.
Wow.
Debo was killing it. But no, Debo, let me tell you something, Ron. Debo is a great dude. You're going to love him. You're going to love him. Very down to earth, very good guy, very knowledgeable person, very well spoken. And he also does impressions, does great impressions. Does a great impression.
Really good.
Let me
Morris.
see, Debo or T-Will.
Listen,
No.
Debo or T-Will.
Oh, if it's me, I'd take Debo. Fuck it. I'll be honest with you.
Debo.
I'll
Hey.
be honest with you. I'll take Debo.
Hey,
But no.
T-Will, just so you know, I might have to bring Mike Smith with me if I show up.
Bring Mike Smith, bro. Hey, look it. Tomorrow's gonna be fun. Okay. No, Debo does Coach Ra, and he does D-Led. Does very good impressions of both, and probably others. Right. So Debo's a lot of fun, man.
He got the bow tie too.
I don't know if he has the bow tie. I don't know if he, but I do know that he can. I do know that he does a very good D-Led and does a very good Coach Ra. Like we've done a bunch of those calls and they were hilarious, right? So, and you know what else I know? Carrie, are you listening?
Yes, I am.
You know what else I know? Well done steaks are for losers.
Oh,
that's what else I know.
Oh wow!
Bam.
How does Debo Vibes take his steak? I don't think I've learned that yet.
Debo, how do you like your steak? You like it well done or medium well?
Or medium, or
let us know, Debo. Matter of fact, anybody in the chat, how do you take your?
Hold on.
I've never said shit. I think Billy takes his steak well done.
How do you like your steak?
Debo does not take his steak well done.
I don't know. Let's find out.
I don't think so.
We're all waiting on this comment. Debo, you got to bring him, man.
I can't wait. Come on, Debo. How do you take your steak?
Respectfully, he's too cool to take his steak well done.
Oh, shit. Oh, wow. Let's find out. Cool, hey, guys in the chat, how do you take your steak?
Damn,
oh, shit.
Hold on. We got
Debo says medium rare to medium.
Well. Let's go.
Medium rare to, but Millie Mill says, damn right, it better be well done. Oh,
well done. Wait, Millie, do you mean well done or medium well?
I think he means well done.
Oh, I think he says.
No.
I think he means well done.
I always stay with the medium. I like a little juice in my steak.
Falcon Commander says medium steak.
Let's go. I like medium well.
Man, first I hear people having pizza. Now I'm hearing steak. Man,
Millie says no pink.
Workout.
No pink.
Millie does not want the pink. No pink. No pink on the steak.
I like pink in the middle. Pause. I do.
Hey, where'd Ron go?
And the singer.
Where did Ron go?
I think Ron bounced.
Oh shit! Wait a minute.
He saw that Millie Mills likes. Oh
damn, that's cold, Carrie.
I gotta go.
Oh, Carrie, that's cold. That ain't right. That's not right. Especially a nice rosemary garlic. Hey, so something else, guys. Debo is a foodie. And he also does reviews of restaurants on his channel. Yes, so that's another thing you can check out on his channel.
Now, see, I'm one of those. What was it? My wife talked me into going to try Raising Cane's because at her job, someone would always bring it. She's like, "It's good, it's good." So it's like, we're going to one. I'm like, all right, we'll go. And I just told her, I said, look, if it doesn't live up to your expectation, just don't ruin it for me because I am a foodie.
Okay, so C-Dub, what's the best steak you've ever tasted? Where's it from? The best steak you've ever tasted. What restaurant is it from?
Oh God. Well, best steak, man, it was a long time ago, and I don't even think it's there anymore. But it was Angelo's from Panama City Beach. I just enjoyed that steak, and I did it medium well, and it was just perfect. It just cut in, and then Longhorns over here does it good too for me. But yeah, I don't go to many steak places, so for me, it's like depends on my mood and everything. But yeah, Angelo's. That I remember that was over 20-something years too. That was such a good meal. But yeah, buttery. The potato was perfect.
Man.
Chives and everything.
Oh man.
I felt like a fatty afterwards, but I was like, this is good.
Well, I am a fatty, but let me tell you something. and I've been a fatty for quite a while. The best steak I've ever had is from Ruth's Chris. Okay,
I was literally gonna say that.
I literally cried real tears, C-Dub. Real tears. I'm not lying. It was so good. Okay, so first and foremost, they brought me a whole freaking calf, like the steak. C-Dub, I need you to look at the camera. Steak was like this goddamn big. It was huge. Okay? It was enough for 2 people, 3 people, and I ate it for 2 days. And even the next day when I ate it, it was just as good as the first time, and I still cried real tears.
Damn.
The steak was succulent. Okay? Now, party people in the chat, if a steak is really, really good, meaning if it's cooked in its own juices, you do not need steak sauce.
No, you don't.
It's succulent, and you should be able to take in the meat and the juices that it's cooked in and let it sit in your mouth.
Oh, God, yes.
It was delicious. Pause. It was delicious. Okay? It was the best steak I've ever. I embarrassed my kids so bad. I really did. It was for Maya's birthday. She will never forget it. She will never again go back to Ruth's Chris with me. But it was a religious experience, and that's just how I felt. Carrie, tell us about the best steak you ever had.
Yeah, I literally was gonna say Ruth's Chris as well. Honestly.
She's like, how do I follow it?
Yeah, no, I don't have a crazy story. My dad even makes a really good steak, to be honest. I'm not picky with the steak. You don't even need steak sauce if a steak is cooked well.
Amen.
Yeah, I remember when I was younger, I thought, when I first started eating steak, I thought well done because I was kind of grossed out by the pink or blood, on the plate or anything, but it's so chewy for me. And then I tried medium or medium well steak, and it had so much more flavor. It was easy to bite into.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so different. That's why I like it better. So
yeah, I love me some medium well.
Yeah, me too.
I love me some medium well. Love it. Love it. Love it. And by the way, Millie, Texas Roadhouse is delicious. We got a Texas Roadhouse out here, and they are great. As a matter of fact, I have a good steak from them, a good story. So I don't know if you guys guess this. We eat a lot of steak, or at least I do. I'm a carnivore. Okay. Yeah. I am all about the meats. Okay. Me and Ving Rhames and Arby's.
Yep.
We love the meats.
So,
but no, Texas Roadhouse is pretty good, man. It is pretty good. It's outstanding. So there.
Man, we went from football to steak. Oh God, that's good
man.
stuff.
We had a wide array of topics.
Yeah, we did.
You know what I mean? We had a wide array of topics. You know what I mean? We covered the gamut. I think this show was fun, C-Dub. What about you?
I'm gonna say I was ready for it, and then we went off the kilter. But quite honestly, it's been awesome. It's actually been a fun show.
C-Dub, we are the kings and queens of chaos.
Yes,
okay, we manage chaos. That's what we do. Yeah. Chaos is our brand. Carrie, did you have fun today?
I had a great time. Thank you guys for inviting me. I appreciate it, C-Dub. Thank you for having me.
Oh, no problem, Carrie. Look, you know what, Carrie? No matter how heated I can get with you, at least I can still look at you and go, yeah, you're still my friend.
Yeah, it's all good, honestly.
So I appreciate it. And look,
yeah, I appreciate you too.
And no matter what, it's like it's all we have our takes. We can get furious, mad, whatever. But the thing is, it just shows how much we love the team. And I know everyone is surprised when they hear me say, "Oh, I love my Falcons," and they all go, "But you're so negative." No, I'm real. I love trying to explain that to people because it's like they go, they just have this thought of you're supposed to be, and I'm going, no, that's not me, but I don't think so.
No,
but it's like this. I think Nick Cellini and Chris Domino said it best. I just want to be surprised by them doing the right thing. Just do the right thing. That's all. Okay. Surprise me. Don't do nothing stupid. And I love what Domino said also. Yeah, and by the way, I don't want to hear any stories of Terry doing anything in February. If we could just keep it to, hey, let's just talk about ideas and stuff like that, fine. I don't want to hear anything about Terry trying to shop a pig because that sounds like he's trying to give away Thin Mints. In front of the store, I'm going, I'll go for some Thin Mints.
Thin Mints. Oh, we got Uncle Steve.
Uncle Steve!
Uncle Steve! What's Uncle
Hi,
Steve
Uncle Steve.
saying?
All right. In my opinion, if you go to Longhorns, take a bite, close your eyes, and you'll have the same taste for 75% less money.
Good
Ruth
point.
Chris is great, but very expensive. Okay.
Yes, that's
I
true.
mean,
I
look,
love
I'm not
Texas
going to
Roadhouse
argue
as well.
that. I've never been to Ruth Chris. I've never been, so I can't even have a fight with that one.
C-Dub, I'm gonna make you this promise.
Mm-hmm.
If we ever win the Super Bowl, me, you, Carrie, you know what? Let me watch my mouth. Okay, because I
was about to say you're gonna have over $1,000 tab.
let me
Quick.
watch my
Well,
mouth.
hold on. You could say it because it's just us three, so we can work.
Yeah, nah. This shit has a way of getting back.
The other guys out if you need.
This shit has a way of getting. You know what? See, we might need to talk about this offline. See,
Yeah,
we might need to talk
Just
about
hit
this
me up with the
offline.
message.
Yeah, we might need to talk about this offline.
Yeah. But no, I've never had it. So, and I like this. Millie just said, "Now hold up, y'all. We be mad at a receiver in the first. That guy, team effort. Look, I think we all would be mad if we got anything offensively.
Oh shit, bro. It would be crazy. You know what? I'll make you this. CW, if we ever win the Super Bowl offline, I'll send you some stuff.
Oh, I hear you.
I'll
send you some stuff. I'm gonna live it up if we could get to the Super Bowl again.
Offline, I'll send you some stuff.
But Super Bowl, man, shoot, we got to do something. I mean, either way.
I'll send you some stuff offline, man.
Yeah.
But
now, all right. So I got to say this. Receivers definitely. That'll probably be the question afterwards.
Any offensive player in the draft, this shit's gonna blow up. Okay, and again, this is why Carrie and I.
It's an offensive tackle. I will forgive him if it's an offensive lineman.
This is why Carrie and I will not definitively say what the Falcons won't do. We will not do this because we experienced that last year. Okay, and even though it was a good decision on Penix, we don't want to do it. So Carrie and I will not say what the Falcons won't do. We won't.
Yeah, no,
but what I will say, and I this is where I got. If the Falcons draft any offensive player in the first round, this shit's gonna blow up.
Oh God, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
this shit's gonna blow up.
Hold on. I expect viewership to go through, and I'll expect people ranting on the comment. It may be not even a topic.
Blow up. If they draft an offensive player, bro. Oh man.
Take it with the 15th and don't even trade back.
Oh man.
Better not be a reach either.
Oh God. Let me
Hold
tell
on.
you something.
And Walker, Williams, and Malachi better not be on that board. Because if they are on the board,
you'd have to have some cojones, man. Like you'd have to have some cojones. Like that like I
would have to go to Flowery Branch and look at Arthur and go, all right, I need to see the rule book. Why? I want to see, where does it say no Falcons allowed in the first round? Or Georgia Bulldogs allowed in the first round.
That's yeah. No, I think they're gonna draft a defensive player. I mean, McGarry's contract isn't up until 26. And you got to take care of the immediate need now. And the immediate need is defense. We need edge rushers. We need linebackers. We need cornerbacks. I'll take any defensive player you want in the first round. I'm okay with it. But as far as I'm concerned, there's no need on offense that is that great. You don't draft offensive linemen unless they're just special. And I don't know of any special offensive linemen in this draft. Right? Who was the guy that you always reference, C-Dub? Yeah, I don't know that there are any Sine pools in this draft.
No, but my thing is that I can reason it better, but yet I'm looking at getting a tackle in the second, maybe third round.
Correct. Not in the first round.
Yeah, I'm not trying to fill that hole in the first. I want a defensive starter.
Correct. Agree 100%.
Yeah, and then, anything like that, I'm down for. And then go from there. So let's go ahead and plug our stuff since two parts of our crew left. Ladarius_Brown. Look him up on Instagram. Check him out. He has all the stuff that he's with, and you could go look up the articles he writes. He does a phenomenal job. So check him out. And then also Ron Thomas. look, guys, just watch YouTube. If you see Ron, that's where he's on. It's almost like Where's Waldo or Where's Carmen Sandiego. The next one's Where's Ron Thomas. So, but you'll find him. But yeah, if it's talking football, he'll be in those circles. And Terry, I'm going to tell you, I'm getting excited about baseball. I've been listening to 680 The Fan. They're over at spring, over where the Braves play.
Spring training, right?
I've been listening to ball players and everything. I'm going, man, it's been a while since I've been watching baseball or from the beginning to the. I may be getting into baseball. We're going back to watching some baseball or at least listening to it on the radio like I used to. So
well, come on over, brother.
I may be joining. So
come on over,
dude. I can't wait. I can't wait. I'm looking forward to this team. I think it's going to be fun to watch. I fell in the trap of we're not that good or we lost too many things, but everything I'm hearing is that we're just fine. But we're just going to see how injuries heal, and everything. But I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued about the Braves this year. So
yeah, man. Yeah, come on, man. There's plenty of room. Come on in. The water's warm.
Yeah. I mean, look, it's not like I'm trying to be bandwagon. It's more like I've been a fan, but it's like. When you don't really hear it or talk about it a lot, you kind of forget a little bit. But then last year, oh God, all the injuries, that was just horrible.
Yeah, that was tough, man.
Then we get the Cy Young with a triple crown, and then he can't play in the playoff. I'm like, this is
Yeah.
I felt bad for our guys. So Carrie, go ahead and tell people where they can find you and any shout outs you'd like to do.
Okay, yeah, shout out to you guys. I appreciate you having me on. Shout out to everyone in the chat for, your input. And I really appreciate everyone here today. Hope you're happy and healthy. And yeah, you can find me here on the Beard and Beardless Gang because I don't have a beard.
But you're a lover of beards. It's okay.
Yes,
just say that.
We got to vote on our name, guys.
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
We got to vote on our name.
So we'll come up with that.
Yeah.
So and then you can find me on One Time for the Fan as well. Friday mornings, Sunday nights, Wednesday nights. So thank you guys again. And there's my @ right there after my name above Big Phoenix Energy.
And I made sure and tried to tag you on the stuff on X because I keep everything the way I'm supposed to. All right, let's go with Terry. And Terry, you already plugged the show for tomorrow, but if you'd like to do it again, go for it because I already know this show is going to be off the handles as soon as you.
I think it's going to be fun. You know what, Carrie? Thank you for pissing Debo off. I appreciate that. I really appreciate the hell I'm going to take from him tomorrow. Thank you for that, Carrie. I really do. I appreciate it. No,
I can't wait to tune in, everyone. Please tune in tomorrow. It's going to be great content.
We may bring me and Carrie may show up just to be a part, like be the undercard, and then have Debo and T. Will.
The main event.
I love Carrie's voice. She was so cool about it. You're welcome, T. Will. Tune in tomorrow when T. Will gets his ass kicked by Debo. And it's great. It'll be at 8 a.m. tomorrow. Tune in, guys. Thanks. No, I love the way she did that. No, in all seriousness, guys, I too am on One Time for the Fan with Carrie. I'm also on Beard Gang, although we are finally gonna have a uniform name for our shows, our two shows, and it's great, and I'm looking forward to it. Carrie, I like your suggestion, but we'll see what happens. Okay. But yeah, I'm on One Time for the Fan Sunday nights, Wednesday nights, Friday mornings. I'll be on there tomorrow at 9 a.m. or 10, whenever Jack feels like it. You never know. Just kidding, Jack. Jack. I'm just kidding. Okay, we'll be on there tomorrow. And I'm at For My ATL Sports 1 on YouTube. Again, the number 4, My ATL Sports, the number 1 on YouTube. Please click like, share, and subscribe as it helps us to get into the algorithm. And click like, share, and subscribe to C-Dub's channel as well. C-Double, because it helps him to get into the algorithm as well. And he's a great dude, and he's got great content. And I like him. So, yeah, you should do that as well. So everyone in the chat who showed up, thank you. Appreciate it. Could have been anywhere in the world. You chose to be here with us. We cannot thank you enough. We cannot do this without you, and we appreciate you. Last but not least, I want to thank God. He woke me up this morning. Appreciate you. Thank you, God. Thank you, Jesus. Appreciate that. And thank you to Mr. Jack Spade and Mr. Eric Park, who gave me my start in this business. And yeah, C-Dub, it's on you.
All right. Look, thank everybody that's in here. You could have been anywhere. I wanted. I had to start up some chats. First of all, we had Lisa going, y'all acting. We're all we're not replacing Ladarius during Black History Month.
Ladarius replaced himself, Lisa. Okay,
Yeah.
I just need to remind you that.
I'm trading KP for a bag of Skittles and a Dr. Pepper.
Damn, and the Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm like, dang. And then Debo with the
thank you, Kerry.
Drake London and KP. Look, tomorrow's show with
thank you, Kerry.
Yeah, Ladarius. Look, y'all need to watch this show tomorrow. That's going to be fun. 8 a.m. T. Will, Debo, and you got one of the boys from the Water Guys or Water Boys. Awesome. That's going to be freaking hilarious.
Trey from the Water Boy. Debo is going to come in there like this tomorrow. Like,
oh God, he's a wild Thunderbird.
Oh man, that's going to be fun tomorrow, right? So I got a
I'm gonna make my best attempt to wake up, and I'll join you. You know, I gotta have some fun with that one because I think
you got to do it. You got to do it. And Kerry, if you're look, the invitation's open. I don't know if you can make it because I know it is 8, but you know, as always, Kerry, any show I'm a part of, you know what I mean. So I'll put the link in the chat. I'll put the link in our chat, and if you guys can make it, that's fine.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you, everyone.
I mean, look, I want to say thank you guys. I appreciate y'all. Please follow T. Will at For My ATL Sports 1, and then please follow Kerry at Kerry Lynn XOXO on X. I mean, look, guys, these people help make the show better for us, and I really want y'all to support them too. I'm just a cog, and I'm glad that I'm a part of the team. So I really appreciate you guys. Also, Ladarius at Ladarius Brown __ Ladarius Brown on X. Please check him out. And like I said, guys, hope you enjoyed the show. We're going to keep going. It's going to be the scouting combine, so hopefully we'll get some sounds and hear some interesting stuff about what came from the workouts. And look, it's like this. I don't want my team making noise in the scouting combine, but we do need some kind of interaction so we can have some talks because, look, we need stuff right now, and it helps us to, goof off and talk. And if not, we're just going to talk about Kyle and Drake again. So, that might be a new show, Kyle and Drake. Yeah, pick one. Hold on. And then the next show is going to be Tyler and Bijan. So, and trust me, we know a lot of people would go on that one. But with that being said, I'm C-Double. Thank y'all so much for being on the show. We're out of here. Peace.